No matter where you go, remember the road that will lead you home.
DJ
That will lead you home.
To the Liberian people out there, the Liberian community under the administration of Ebenezer Say is going to ensure that this election is free and fair. And accountability is something that we continue to put forth. And I want to encourage all of you to pay your due, your registration, because if you're coming out there on June 6th, we're going to implement the Constitution to the 40th. Speaking to you is C. Emmanuel Bay, current treasurer of the Liberian community. Thank you.
DJ Natty. You're gonna love this.
Check it out.
Presidential debate of 2026 ULAND election. Individuals will have here as special guests. We have our own. One of our very own. As a guest Mr. Lee, we're going to here and we need to support him. Time for us to be made. The Bureau of Probation will go finish up justice for the whole world, and they have a PhD in criminal justice. And U.S. Ambassador to Africa, Ambassador George S.W. Yeah, I know we all came here to listen to these candidates and sell for us, and we in the end will be deciding on June 6th.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen of ULAND. Mr. Sampson, I've been honored to serve this community since I moved here in 2016. I'm happily married to my lovely wife, Phyllis Dennis Sampson, and we share 3 kids, together.
My name is Alex Steer, a community leader. And I want to thank you all for being here tonight. Your presence proves how deeply you care about the future of our community.
Good evening, everyone. Standing before you, my name is Gabriela Kemba. I am the president or vice president for this community ULAND. I am running for the vice president position because I love this community and I believe in the power of people working together.
Elders and community leaders, youth group, women organization here present, member of the Folk Estate, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. I'm Evelyn Monsening, a wife, a mother, and a grandmother to my two beautiful kids. Providing leadership is a passion that grew me through my professional career and political journey. We are not clear right now because we are not even operating on a legal status.
As far as concerned, we are clean. The 501c3 was inactive. It was not with the state administration.
Okay. It was their responsibility for over 6 years to restore the 501c3.
She was part of the state administration. She was part of the constitution. She knows everything when it comes to the 501c3.
Organization in the community, whenever we have dispute, we will go back to the elders and report the case.
One of our platforms, thing that we have on our platform is inclusion, to have everyone involved.
On your tenure,
Yeah.
Madam Norm was still working with you on your tenure?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, she was not working when I came in.
Alright.
She had refused to work with ULAND, calling ULAND or heading.
That's not true. At no point in time, she and I have had sit down to call ULAND ahead because I believe in community development. So if I'm not working, I don't talk about the organization. I just want to get out there to the audience.
I do not have anything to heart. Reason I never went for the presidency because I have a lot of responsibility to do. I am a pastor's wife. I am a mother. I will not give my 100% to this community because I have other engagement to do.
When the president is leaving, they will always support their vice president to take over based on the working relationship they had. So when President said that he was not going to be contesting this election, he reached out to several people asking them to become vice president of Christian Simpson without asking his vice president.
I was asked to become the president to run for the position, but I declined.
Name ULAND has been damaged by this past leadership. And it's good that we are getting it out of the way. In my first 100, I'll make sure I regularize ULAND status, go above and beyond. What they are lacking is to provide the financial report that they are afraid to provide. Yes. We will squeeze them and provide that.
This gentleman is saying you're going to achieve all these things in 100 days. He couldn't achieve one in 5 years. He stayed away from the community. He just came back to be rewarded the presidency. In my first 100 days, we'll continue to improve on the work we've been doing here night and day in this community. Community engagement, bridging the gap between the local government and ULAND. Giving the police ideas and explaining our culture to them so they treat our people with respect and dignity when they encounter them.
Mr. Sampson is telling me why I didn't do it in 5 years if I was never around ULAND as a leader. So how am I supposed to jump over your responsibility and go and get a 501c3 or regularize status for ULAND when I was never a leader in the
Inspired you?
The community, the people we've helped, the gains we have made, the opportunities we have in this community. That's why I've inspired me to run for this.
Mr. Sampson is telling me that I'm new to ULAND when he met me already in ULAND.
The administrator of Benina City have brought us into prominence in the state, and we're going to keep moving towards that direction. We have been offered to have a representative in Bismarck when they bring deliberations in Congress.
I don't know where, there's a lot of disconnect, but I'll get to the question. In my introduction, I talked about things that I've witnessed, what single mothers go through, young people go through, and what our elder people go through. These are things since 2014 that I've been around. that the community tried to do and they can. Now this has been in about a decade and no success in everything that they have done. So that's why we are coming on board, because they cannot fix it and we'll be the one fixing it for them. What I'm bringing to the table is accountability. The people will be held liable for misuse of ULAND. Clear cut.
I'm bringing vision. I'm bringing transparent leadership. I'm bringing inclusiveness to this community. We're going to diversify ULAND. Our accounting going to be digitalized.
These are very important. I work with them most of the time. Working with the youth is understanding their needs.
In youth development in this community, being engaged for the last 3 years. What we did, we secured a gymnasium in Moorhead.
Talk about, for the youth, we got a basketball court where that's for the old timer basketball team. Let us start misleading the people. Let us say the truth. That's the old timer basketball to get their practice back. It's not for the youth. So please.
It's not something you're going to know because you're not involved in the community. So you're not going to know why. We engage that gym for all ages, not just for the old timer. The young people who are welcome to practice school. Thank you.
And he spoke all of this vision that he's talking about. I really wish it was in existence for the decade he has served ULAND.
Mr. Taylor is articulating all these great ideas. But when he lost the election in 2018, he walked away from ULAND. He never recommended anything to the past administration, to the current, no recommendation, no suggestion. He just turned it back and decided to return 2 months ago for the president.
I want a community hall. I want a community center. There's a difference between a hall and a center, because the center will have a lot of different things that we can do.
2017, I was serving as acting financial secretary, and we tried to acquire a building, the old Champion Temple building. ULAND did not have the money for that, and the former president put some money down with a hope that he would hold the building until ULAND would get a loan. That
is kind of challenging for him to actually explain about their failures. But their failure is everything that we are planning here today. Because they had 6 good years and they couldn't maintain the 513, they couldn't maintain the state ratio. They wanted the easier thing to do. Now you're making another promise that we will. This time around we'll retire people and bring a new form of leadership that is progressive, open, and accountable to the community. And if you report, I will report.
So I guess my opponent here being looking at my platform, and it's very attractive to him.
Where you watching from, this is and ULAND 2026 elections debate out here in Fiber, North Dakota.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I want to welcome you today to our presidential and vice presidential debate for 2026 ULAND election. Scheduled for 5 o'clock. And just to let you know, we're going to begin right now. So again, we want to welcome you. We want to welcome all of our candidates, our guests, visitors. We want to say you are most welcome. I just want to remind our audience, the Election Commission oversees this program, and we have the right to take out points for disruption. We have the right to ask individuals out if they go against our guidelines. So we want you to be very, very respectful to one another. When speakers are speaking, please pay attention. Let us focus on the issue and stop personal attacks. So again, we want to welcome you, and we hope you enjoy your stay here. Thank you.
Good evening, everybody. Yes. My name is Ruth. I'm one of the moderators here today, and with me, I have Nestor, I have Chris, and James. We're still waiting for our other member, Amelia. Welcome, everybody. Our presidential candidates today, we have Chris Sampson, then we have Ellis Tier. Thank you guys so much for taking your time and coming out here to tell your vision. We really appreciate it.
So, with no time to waste, and we can move directly into this program. So we have the two vice presidential candidates. We have the presidential candidates. And you know, just as we continue, today happens to be Memorial Day. So I want us to maybe stay in a moment of silence to thousands or millions of other Americans who lost their life for humanity. I mean, talking about making the world a much safer place, a better place, and back home in our own corridor, in our own domain, to our friends, our colleagues, many who made it on this show but are no longer around. Wherever they are today, in my view, they feel elated, they feel blissful that they still have people on the ground much more committed and serious towards building a strong foundation within the Liberian community. A moment of silence. Thank you. You can be seated. Let's be civil. Let's be decorous. Let's do those things that will reflect us and put us and make us an envy among other immigrant community. Because in the end, these elections will be over and we will be right in this community. We all need one another, trust me. We need one another. Can we put a hand, of course, together for the two presidential candidates and the vice president? Tonight, as part of our own rules of engagement, we have direction and issued by the ULAND Elections Commission debate, May 25, time 5 p.m. to 9. And the purpose of this debate, that's the ULAND Presidential and General Election debate, is established to provide candidates with a fair and equal platform to present their visions, policies, and leadership agenda. To promote transparency and accountability and informed decision-making among ULAND members and show a respectful, structured, and issue-focused exchange consistent with ULAND's democratic values. Each candidate will have 2 minutes to respond to each question, and a 1-minute rebuttal may be granted at the moderator's discretion when appropriate. Timekeeping will be strictly enforced, and we'll have closing statement. All came here to sit, listen to these candidates as they sell to us what they have, and we, in the end, will be deciding on June 6th what price we can be able to place on what they told us or what they were able to sell to us. Strikingly beautiful. Yeah, you are about to listen to them. And just before I give them a mic to be able to introduce themselves against audience out there, can we just give them a hand of applause? Now march on to our vice presidential candidates. First, they will be introducing themselves. Later on, in the next 2 to 3 minutes, tell us about what they intend to do. So wherever you're watching from, this is ULAND 2026 elections debate out here in Figo, North Dakota. Yes. Welcome again. So we'll start with.
Good evening, everyone. Standing before you, my name is Roberta Kendall. I am of Vice President for this community ULAND. I am running for the Vice President position because I love this community and I believe in the power of people working together. We are at our best when we support one another. We listen before we lead. And when we build bridges together and barriers, the community is simple to continue serving one another. I am the current ULAND Vice President with a good track record. I live in Fargo, North Dakota since 2019. I am a mother, a leader, a pastor's wife, a mother of 4 biological children, and do have 2 foster kids. I am here today running as the Vice President again for this community. I'm asking for each and every one of you support to run as the Vice President for the community. Thank you.
Music. Thank you. So we move on to the next candidate who will be introducing herself and tell us more.
Thank you. Sorry for my voice. For working in Iowa the weekend, so I'm a little bit hoarse here. Elders and community leaders, youth group, women organization here present, member of the Folk Estate, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. I'm Evelyn Norton, a wife, a mother, and a grandmother to my 2 beautiful kids. For party leadership, it's a passion that grew me through my professional career and political journey. It comes with empathy and compassion for advocating for vulnerable people who cannot speak for themselves. My qualification experience in human service is dated back in 12 years ago when I started working with Save the Children UK in Liberia. I worked as Child Protection Database Officer and subsequently as Monitoring Evaluation Officer, managing the database of over 602,000 children across Liberia in collaboration with UNICEF. The database, in collaboration with UNICEF, system was developed to store information and generate complete reports at the end of quarter or needed as the population we work with. I also work as Monitoring Evaluation Officer with World Warranty, overseeing 5 different counties nationwide. My focus was also working with vulnerable youth, women, and identify skills and place them for training. The project helped to alleviate poverty in Liberia. Moving to North Dakota in 2017, I have not only granted me with the opportunity for personal growth, but build my capacity as a leader, a CEO of the Daughter of the Mountain, an organization founded on the basis of supporting women political participation and advocating for sexual abuse victims in seeking justice. At the same time, promoting early childhood education and political participation, both in Lima and Liberia and Alaska. By our evidence, we supported our female candidate in the 2023 election. She did not win, but our support was eminent. In the Liberian community here in Fargo, I have served in different positions, including chairperson of the Constitutional Review Committee for ULAND. I also served as a media and publicity chairperson during the first term of Mr. Ebenezer Say. And I initiated home visit of the elderly folks for food and basic kits during the COVID-19 pandemic. Election Commission chairperson during Umigo election in North Dakota here, and also board chair on Umigo chapter. Over the past years, my stay in North Dakota has enabled me to build relationships with different organizations from different counties, including women organizations, the Basel District, Grand Leader Community, the Executive Women, Successful Women, United Women, Liberia, and Formosa. I also currently have a bachelor's degree in applied management. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's my background and professional experience with working with people. Thank you.
So to just proceed directly. By introduction, my name is Nestor Sandy. I'm a resident of Fargo, North Dakota, and I'm serving on the panel as a moderator as well. But again, I want to say thanks to our two beautiful experience and listening to you guys. I think it is something moving. But to begin with, I want to first of all go over Mrs. Menska. So you talk about being part of the leadership of the current administration that is outgoing right now. So one of the things I just want to throw in to you. So what are your success stories that you think you can let us know with you being not outgoing, but current?
And it's 5:30 already. 5:10. Yeah. Go ahead.
So we give you 3 minutes into your question. 2 minutes, rather. 2 minutes into your question.
Okay, I would love to stand to address that. What have I done for this current administration working with President Zay? When I came in as the vice president for the community, I have served this community for over 3 years, and I have worked in line with President Ebenezer Zay. Whenever I import a corn to deliver, I make myself available for the people, for the community. I have worked with President Ebenezer, making sure the needs for the community is met, and I have done a lot for this community, which of course the records are there and everyone sees it. What I have done is helping the community in terms of peace, unity, and working with Ebenezer Zay to ensure that the community have peace. Thank you.
So I still further that when you talked about peace, there have been a serious issue amongst youth and adults in the community. So when you talk about peace, what's the standard of peace that you and Ebenezer have provided this community that we can look at visually and say, yes, we did, and these are some of the things. So can you give us 1 or 2 examples of some of the things that you did with regards to bring this community together?
I think we all can recall the incident that happened at the 13th Avenue at the mall, where the girl was stopped, and the father of the girl decided to retaliate to be able to kill Liberians. We went and we intervened, and we tried to make peace. We called the father of that girl at the a church, which was held at Pastor Barley, and we talked to him, trying to make him understand it was not our idea, was not our, what we did. We never really wanted it to happen, but it happened. So we just tried to talk to make peace, that we can reconcile, that chaos cannot go further. So those are the pieces that I'm talking about, because it was going to be a chaos, and when I think happy. Thank you.
What program will you support for the youth and family?
That's not the question.
Implement.
No, that's not the question. The question next to ask is the one Chris talking about. Can we go over to that question?
He was asking because she's in current leadership, so that's why he asked her those questions. I think that's what the question was about. If you want to play it out.
Madam, I think there is procedural over here, and we must be able to follow it. So if she's posting the question out to you, I think what reference is what's it contextualized to you is what you better pick up from. What I asked deliberately to the current leadership. So if she came with another question with you directly, it doesn't have to do with the question that I was asking.
I'm making reference to Chris' question, his point that he made. So if it's okay, I can stay answer my question.
All right, so it goes back to me to be able to ask the same question. So what are you going to do different?
Well, what I'm going to be doing differently when it comes to working with the community and with the president if elected is working directly with the youth, the women organization, and the families, by supporting them, bringing programs, advocating for programs to support their current needs and whatever situation they will be faced with.
And my question is, when you become VP for this community, what program are you going to implement for family and youth?
So for the youth, I will be looking at, especially my role as a vice president, since I will be working with the youth group, is mentorship program, that's number one. Number two, we're going to be working with all children graduating from high school and going to college. How do we prepare them for college? Because at times in enrollment at the university, things are so difficult, they are not able to find their way. So we're going to set up a committee that will be working with youth group to make sure that they are prepared to enter college. Even whether it's here or in other state, apart from North Dakota, it will be our responsibility to make sure that the children are well prepared to enter college after graduation.
Thank you, thank you.
The same question goes to your current VP.
Yeah, I will work with the president, with the youth. As we all know, most of the activities in our community has nothing to do with the youth. It's all about adults. I'm going to make sure that I work with the president, making sure that we have activities done for the youth. Secondly, to work with the single mother and our elderly people in the community in terms of transportation, application, helping them with those things. Thank you.
Thank you.
My name is Robinia. My question to the both of you will be, you can come in first. What policy or program will you implement to empower women?
Program for women empowerment, she's asking. 537.
Okay, so first and foremost, I'll just like to acknowledge this organization is a family organization and we don't have the funding. We have to look out for funding. So when you talk about what program do we have to implement, my work will be to identify those issues that they are faced with and communicate it to the president and call a general meeting and see how best we can work around that. And I know there are grants available in this community, in this particular state of North Dakota for women and children, and because we have not been able to identify them, but in our leadership we'll be able to identify these resources that connect women and children, especially the youth program. Thank you.
I will work with the president to have a committee, for us to have these a program for the youth and the elderly people. Thank you.
Just a question. Again, is have to do with getting money for this community. So, what kind of idea that if your wings we're going to introduce to the community and get a grant? What kind of ideas will you introduce on that?
Yeah. Ideas in getting grant for the community.
Okay, so I'll go back to this. This organization that we're about to represent when we take over does not even have a 501(c), and our name is not even out there. So one of our priorities when we take office is to make sure we restore the 501(c), then followed by any activity that we want to do. So when the 501(c) is restored, the name of the unit is restored, every organization or grant funding program will be communicated to the community in our general meeting. Thank you.
So the same question goes to...
For right now, like she said, the 501(c)(3) is the major problem we face. So I think we will just stick with the community in terms of having dues paid and other stuff, because we cannot right now have a grant for the community. Thank you.
Concerns from the chat room has to do about the 501(c)(3) and how can we be able to raise money in this community. With all of the struggling, with our community struggling in terms of raising money, I know one of the things that we do is social ability in order that how we turn home of the IEM Barrow game and we talked on membership and with the poll attendance and all of that. We haven't raised substantial amount to be able to help this organization. But when you come to the 501c, that's one of the driven key to us raising money to help this community. But when you talked about it, so I'm going to go back to the current VP. So so how can we, what they're expensing, how can we, expensive budgetary means of us getting money? If we can't get it, what's the problem with this 501c3 and why are we having a problem with it?
In order to seek grant from anyone, we will first have to do an assessment on what the community needs. That's the first step we have to do.
So let's go back to it. So quickly, I will try to be as simple as I can. What caused the problem to our 501c? Why can't we be able to get financial support through that means? Is there a reason to why that's happening?
The 501c3 was inactive. It was not with the state administration.
Okay.
It was with the previous administration.
Okay.
So that's the reason why we cannot get a grant.
What mechanism did you guys put in place for the term doing say administration? What mechanism did you guys put in place to activate the 501c3?
It was already late when we got to know the status of the 501c3.
Okay.
We did call a meeting discussing the 501c3. Up to now, we never came to conclusion. It's still on the 501c3 situation.
All right. So let's traverse the question for what you want, the incoming. So when I heard you specify on problem, what you know much about the problem of the 501c3? I think we need to know. What the team do to be able to activate the 501c3 that we all can benefit from?
Okay, so I just heard the vice president or the president candidate from the other side. She said this happened a long time ago, and when it reached to the term, they did not activate it because of one or two things. One thing I want to say is it was their responsibility for over 6 years to restore the 501c3. And one of the things that have...
Excuse me. Audience, we ask decorum, please.
So it was their responsibility to make sure that we are active as a 501c organization. And we talk about funding. There was no way they could get funding if they are not active in a community, and the state did not give them any go ahead to go. So that's one of the reasons why they were stagnated in the community and only raising funds for individuals, which I think is not appropriate. But when my administrators take over, we're going to work with the state directly and reactivate our 501c3 that will give us the opportunity to apply for grant to support the community. Thank you.
I know you want to add.
I
know you want to add on that, but let me go back to you. As you mentioned earlier, you talked about working alongside with SIG. So what strategy did you put in place? Did you go to any meeting? Did you have a meeting with knowing the fact that you work with kids? You said you formulated means of working with the youth in the community under the same administration with SIG. So were you budgeted? And how did you? Were you budgeted?
Okay, so I first want to clarify my role and responsibility when I was working with the administration.
Okay.
Because when it comes to 501c3, budgetary, they have different people who handle those things. So one of my first role as I'm coming there.
Let me conclude my question so you understand it. I'm not shifting the blame on you or being responsible for the stacking of the 501c3. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that how did you perform your role, knowing the fact that there was budget issues with the community? What role did you play? What advice? What innovation did you give, say, in some of your strategic meetings? What are some of the things you did?
Okay, in the strategic meeting, I was only responsible to give a report on what I do, not financial report.
Okay.
So one is serving as a media. You people saw me all over the radio station, going from TV station to promote his work. Number two, serving as a constitution committee here the evidence is there, we did it and made it and signed by the chairs and whoever, the Napoleon, they were all on the team, and we faced our signature and submitted the final copy during the General Assembly. So those are evidence that you can see.
Okay.
But 41513C was in my area.
Madam, do you have any question, counter question?
Yes, I have a question for none. She was part of the administration. She was part of the Constitution. She knows everything when it comes to the 501c3. So I don't want her to stand here to say she was not part of the administration, because everything that happened, she knows about it. I came in 3 years after the first president left. So most of this information that given to us today, she knows about it.
So you saying in short?
Yeah.
Under your tenure?
Yeah.
Madam No was still working with you under your tenure?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, she was not working when I came in.
Okay.
She had refused to work with ULAND, calling ULAND a headache. Thank you.
I'm so sorry. So I can't be rude. I want to vouch for she just. I want to
vote. Do you have a?
Yeah. I want her to understand that there was no time.
Is that a question?
No, I'm trying to that make clarification on what she just said about me. So she said I called the organization headache. That's not true. At no point in time she and I have had sit down to call you a headache, because I believe in community development. So if I'm not working, I don't talk about the organization. I just want to make that clear to the audience here.
Okay, so you say our AR, right?
With the organization not having 501c3, how do you stay transparent and accountable to the community when it comes to money?
Okay, like I just mentioned in my previous
how will you go forward? We're not talking about what happened now. How do you go forward? How do you stay transparent?
So there are stages of being transparent, because the first thing that I said is we need to restore our 501c3C, and then we also want to restore the name unit or whoever they want to give it, want to restore that. In doing these things, we want to call the community together and tell them every step along the way for restoring our 501c3 and what project do we have in place. And these things will be discussed on a transparent level with community leaders, organization structures, and the youth group, so that they can know where we're going moving forward. We're not going to be sweeping things all over the world. We're going to make it transparent. If there are 2-3 persons to that meeting, we're going to tell them every step along the way. So that's where my transparency level comes in.
For right now, since we don't have an account to where the voting is, we're going to secure whatever funds. We're going to secure whatever funds that ULAND has and be able to turn it over to whoever wins the election. The money is secure and will be secure. Thank you.
Where is it? You said the money is being secure. How is it being secure? Like, if there's no account, is it somebody's personal account? How is that being secure?
Right now, the money is being secured in an account. Thank you. It's not in a personal account. So like I said, are you working with ULAND?
Again, just quickly, excuse me, Mr. Moderator. Yeah. Quickly, you probably came in late, so there's guidelines to this debate. Again, I understand you support individual candidates out here. We want to make this clear. We respect everybody that's here, and we're hoping that you're able to relate that to others too as well. We don't want to reprimand anyone out here. We will ask that you please abide by the rules and regulations that govern this debate.
Can I ask a question after she?
No, I mean, yeah, we'll come to that.
Yeah.
And, we'll come to that. So let me just ask a question.
Okay, so I have stayed in Fargo for a little over 7 months since I moved from Iowa. But I see a great division
I see a lack of unity, and I see both teams, talking about togetherness. What can we do to further, cement the people, I see it in the chat room, I see it in other places. What can we do to put the people together? Talk to me, beginning with,
Okay, so what I have in my mind as one of my goals is, since I'll be working with others and other organizations in the community, whenever we have dispute, we'll go back to the others and report the case and make sure that we'll call the people involved to have a conflict resolution. And that's the only way our community will move forward. Because for too long, we continue to keep things on the carpet, saying, okay, I will just leave it like that. It's better for us to, come in a room together and discuss what happened in the way forward. That will also improve our unity in the community.
Thank you. The same question to you.
Yeah, just to add to what she said, one of our platforms, thing that we have on our platform is inclusion, to have everyone involved. So whenever things happen, we have the various organizations be involved into it so that it will be settled. Thank you.
With the vice presidential candidate. So one question will be coming from there and then later on will be coming from me. Yeah, it will be coming from you. And then we will engage on
That we are willing to change the organization name because the name have been attached to the 5C3. So do you guys have any plan that we are willing to change the name to another organization that will allow the people to get grant? Do you guys have any plan on that?
Okay, yes, I will say yes. We do have a plan on changing the community name. That's the only way we can apply for grants. We cannot keep the current ULAND name. It will affect the new administration. So we will change the name ULAND to another name if we win the election. Thank you.
I think like I started my expose, I said, when the 513C is restored, the second activity will be to change the name. In agreement with the General Assembly. And with that, where our name will be claimed, we can now start to apply for grant. That's what I said. And I have a question for you.
No, the time will come when it will be interactive. That time is coming.
So my question still has to do with 501c3. It says twofold. So it goes to you, Madam Long. So you said that you would do it differently. When you say you're going to do it differently, what are some of the things that you and your team are coming in with that are going to be different from the current administration?
Okay, so my team is coming with financial experts. And these people are going to be responsible and working along with our president to produce a document or requesting for 513, registering our organization again. So this is why we have a team. We have our financial expert with us that will be looking into that.
So what is not clean?
We are not clean right now because we are not even operating on a legal status, right? When we get a 501c, we will be legally recognized in the state of North Dakota.
So Madam, with the current VP, so my question there is that she's saying that we are not clean. So one important word that will be mentioned by the current VP, what is not clean?
She used that word clean.
Correct. She says that the current administration is not clean. That we are not clean.
As far as concerned, we are clean.
Thank you. Thank you. All right. So the The second, so I said, was twofold into this question. So one of my questions I have to do with gender equality within the community, with the administration. There have been so many other things happening, and how can you, or what are you going to be doing? Incoming presidential candidate, incoming. What will your administration basically focus on? Women equality or gender equality? That's the question, gender equality.
Okay, so having that experience in working with different women organizations for gender equality, one of my focus would be promoting our women in this community through leadership, because right after the inauguration, there will be names that will come out for different roles within our administration. I'm going to talk with my president-elect at the time and way to bring more women on board so that we can have a balance in our work within the community.
It goes to the current. So with your administration with Ebenezer say, I see that you do have a very strong relationship with a lot of women organizations, which of course they don't get attest to that. So what are you going to do in fostering some of the good things that your current administration is doing into?
One of the things I would suggest to my president is to have all of the women organizations be included in whatever we want to do. Because of one of the problems we are facing right now, the past administration, we had limited people that was working. But for this administration that will come on board, we want to include all of the women organizations to be part of the community in helping our single mother, the elderly people, to be able to make our community a better place.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, talking about still more question out here. When you look at the name, the acronym ULAND, I mean, talking about Liberians across North Dakota. So I see it more like, like a Fargo base. What can we do to have other Liberians, like in Jamestown and other areas, participate, when it comes to the voting or so? Give me your best shot.
Okay, so on our region, when we take office, one of the things we're looking at was to visit Grand Falls, Jamestown, Bismarck, and community, Fargo, Moe. I know they are part of us anyway, but that will be our work. We want to include, even into leadership, we want to have a representative in Grand Falls, Jamestown, and Bismarck.
To add up to that, presently we did reach out to the community of Jamestown and Bismarck. So that's something that we already have in place, that we have already done. So we are not waiting to come in power before we can be able to do that. We did a few years ago, we reached out to Jamestown leadership, we reached out to the leadership in Grand Falls, and they are aware of ULAND. Thank you.
My question goes to the both of you. What constitutional financial control should exist to protect the community from?
Okay, so let me say this. We do have a committee that's set up for that. Whenever we have a program, we come to the General Assembly and be able to give a report of every program that we have. So the community is aware of every funding that ULAND has.
I think I got a question, right? You're talking about what mechanism we're going to put in place to tighten the financial part of the organization to avoid misappropriation. I think that's right. Because city is a harsh word. Okay, so because on our team we have financial secretary, we have the treasurer. Those are people that we're going to be working with directly under our leadership to make sure that they are transparent into the disbursement of funding going out of ULAND account when we restore ULAND. Thank you.
Thank you. My question to both candidates. We have librarian businesses here in the Fargo area. So if any of you guys wins, what kind of mechanism or initiative or support that your leadership will introduce to help the Liberian businesses, maybe get grant or what kind of mechanism will look at? That's my question.
For what I would say, we've been supporting the small businesses like the community, and we're still going to support them. But when it comes to grant, every organization write their own grant. So the ULAND will not be able to help. Maybe in terms of application, yes, we'll be able to help. If you don't know how to go about getting the grant, we'll be able to help you to write the grant. But we will still give our support to the African markets or African stores that is in the community.
Thank you, Chris. One of the first things we'll do on our administration will be to map all the Liberian businesses within North Dakota and Fargo, Jamestown, Grand Falls, and Bismarck. When you map the businesses, then you get to know, in mapping the businesses, you know their challenges they're facing, and that will be communicated through our president to the North Dakota State, where we should have our grant set, our 1PC settled. That communication will be channeled through our president to the North Dakota State for the small and medium businesses in our community. Thank you.
Okay, so yeah, checking the history of ULAND. And so I was able to go on the internet, and it was in 2014, right? 2014, and I saw this camaraderie, this connection, this relationship with city authorities here in Fargo. You know, can we say that? I mean, do we hope to see more of that?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because in everything we do, we have to do the paperwork. They want to know how many businesses are in the Liberian community, whether we have 10, we have 15, and where they are operated, and what is their challenges. Once that is communicated in asking for the grant, I think there will be, and we also want to link them with resources that will help them to elevate their businesses.
This is present to you. Do we hope to see more relationship with city mayor, city authorities here in Fargo and other areas? Do we hope to see more engagement?
We will, yeah. We have a relationship with the police and other people in Fargo. We'll be able to link the African community to them to be able to help in terms of everything that is needed. Thank you.
What can we say about relationship with the religious leader, the churches? How are you planning to work along with the churches or so?
So I think looking at the Fargo Moya area, we have a very good relationship with the churches and religious leaders here. Evidenced by visitation, we visited a few churches before for the start of our campaign. And my thing is, because these religious leaders have their own churches, we need to involve them into our community work to make it easier for communication, because we will not be able to be going to all the churches at once, but when we have each church leader into our administration, they will carry the information back to the congregation. And I think that's the best way to do it. But we have a very good relationship with the religious leaders here in the community.
Yeah, we do have a relationship with the Pastors Association, which of course we have some of them were appointed by President Zay. So they are part of ULAND administration. So they are involved. Thank you.
Okay, so we talk about Christians and stuff. We have Muslim people among us here. So how do we reach out to them too? We always talk about your pastor wife. If, like, for example, recently somebody just passed away in our community that's Muslim. So how do we go about that with them?
We interact with other relations. Yeah, not only Christian. We do affiliate with Muslims, other relations. So ULAND is not only limited to Christian, Muslims, Buddhists, whatever, we relate to them. Whenever something happens, we go to the Muslim community, we go to whatever relation, we identify with them. We are not going as Christian. Yeah, that's why I want to make clear. It's not only about Christian. We do have movements in Liberia, so it's not only limited to Christian. Thank you.
Can I just another question?
Yeah.
Our current structure, we have Muslim in our administration, it will take over. So it will be an easier pathway for them to communicate with the religious people or every information that will be in ULAND. So we are hoping to work with him to identify the Islamic community so we can have a visit with them and introduce ourselves when we take over and show them that we will be working together as one community.
All right, thank you. So let me just ask a question. Maybe you will do it. So I have a question here for you. Most of our cakes are born here in America. So to your leadership, what kind of mechanism or method you're going to use to promote the Liberian culture into our society for the kids that have been born in this country? What kind of mechanism?
We started promoting our tradition, I think last year, if I'm not mistaken, year before last, when we had our inauguration program on the field. We introduced most of our culture to our children for them to know where we're coming from. So the things that we already have done and will continue to do if our administration given the opportunity for this community. Thank you.
So I love that question because that's one of the activities that we'll be carrying out here when we take over as the new administration. We want to do inclusion with youth and our children by exhibiting our heritage. So the July 26th program is not just going to be about adults in our building. We want to see our kids come together where they will showcase their cultural heritage. And we want the youth to be really involved into those things because they are the next generation after us here.
On that note, thank you so much. At this time, we'll be taking some questions from you.
Okay.
And the way it goes directly to advising or candidate. But it's going to go this way. It's not going to be, something where all the questions will be directed to one person. So one so, and let the first question.
Mr. Moderator.
Yeah.
1 second. All right, in order to ensure that this process is fair, we got to ensure that each person that's going to ask a question, they are registered member of the
I beg you. Yeah, it's an observation. We hear what you say, but let's have a quiet on people are being. So can we have the first question? Let's have a quiet. Let's have a quiet and listen to the man. Hello there. Hey,
to make this clear. We are not here to do registration. Let us honor my comment as Election Commission Chairman. People are here to listen to the candidate. If you don't register, then that means you cannot vote. But there is not a place to do that. I just want to make that clear.
Thank you. Thank you. So let's listen to our brother.
Yeah, my question goes to Vice Presidential candidate Madam Metzger. So you were previously asked to outline some of the achievements of the city administration that you currently serve as a Vice President on, and you listed some things here. So my question to you is, why are you not brave enough to run on the legacy of the administration you are serving in, to run as a presidential candidate, but now you're still going on another person as a Vice Presidential candidate? Are you saying that you don't have the achievement to run on, or are you hiding something? Thank you.
Thank you for your question. I do not have anything to hide. Reason I never went for the presidency because I have a lot of responsibility to do. I am a pastor's wife. I am a mother. I would not give my 100% to this community because I have other engagement to do. So because of that, I decided to go. I was asked to become the president, to run for the position, but I declined the position because of what I'm into. To continue doing what I was doing as the vice president, I agreed to stay with the vice president position to be able to help the community. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Call your name first, please.
Madam David, good to see you. Like you said, you were asked to serve or to run for the presidency, but you declined.
Thank you. I do have a responsibility, but it is limited to becoming the president. I work in the absence of the president. So my office being as a vice president is limited than being a president for the community.
We'll not be taking questions. Let's take questions for the next candidate.
So my question goes to Mrs. Metzger. You stated that you guys have met with the Bismarck, Jamestown, and other North Dakota cities. So my question to you is, what was the outcome from your communication, having them to be inclusive within our ULAND community? Thank you.
We did call the president from Jamestown, asking him to work with us. It's the same thing that we did with the Bismarck, and they agreed to work with us, and they have been working with us.
Thank you. Thank you, Mama Baby.
Okay, so my first concern is that you said there will be no clapping, there will be nobody talking when the candidate is speaking. I want to know whether clapping now is allowed before I can ask my question.
So it's still not allowed?
It's still not allowed. Because people clap there, people talking, when candidates talking, they tell them you lie and all of that, and we're not kind of breaking them. Wait, what's that?
Yeah, I think they just violated the law.
Madam,
so we wanted to, I wanted to have a little shift, and, to see, that's the question we're looking at, that's getting
okay, go to the both of them. My question goes to the both of them. But I'm starting with Madam VP. Madam VP, you said, as far as I'm concerned, ULAND is clean. So I want to know, if ULAND is truly clean, how come we don't have our own bank account?
Thank you.
How come we are talking about name change so that we can be recognized as the state of North Dakota? If ULAND is clean, how come our 501c3 is revoked?
You guys keep going back to the question. When it comes to the 501c3, like I stated, when I got in power, the 501c3 was active. The bank account which you asking about was active. Due to communication that we never had, because the past administration never turned anything over to state administration. So everything that we got in state administration was provided by their administration. So when it comes to the 501c3, it was already damaged. But the registration with the IRS was active. So we still have the accounts where ULAND funds was placed. Thank you.
Okay, so the question goes to hello? Yeah, so can we have some questions for the other candidate to
The first candidate of Mr. Ernst. So, you've been in the committee, we've been running, you will in the committee when it comes to the July 26th, when it comes to running July 26th and getting involved into the committee. What are some of your efforts? What have you done? Can you provide? Can you tell the Liberian people what have you done? What have you for? Because I remember me, I served free for the Liberian committee. I ref again free for the Liberian committee. Nobody paid me. That was all my service. So what have you done for us today that you want us to vote for you?
Okay, so I think you were not here from the beginning. I don't want to against you. Yeah, I don't want to against you. I'll answer that. I work in here as first the media and publicity chairperson on the committee, one of the first administration of the LC. The second administration, I was the chair I said media and publicity. You gotta listen. I serve as the Constitution Committee chair to amend the Constitution that we thoroughly enjoy. So let me come back to your other question. You talk about July 26th, celebration and all of that. It's not my responsibility to plan these things, but I'm always there to attend. Thank you.
Yeah, we have two more questions. Two.
Yeah, we'll take 1 minute. Excuse me. 1 minute.
Thank you. Elected Vice President of LSD, I have a question for you. What role do you think a Vice President should play to win a community conflict?
Let me get that question again, please.
I think she's asking what role a Vice President should play in terms of conflict.
Okay, so in my role as the incoming Vice President, I will work with the elders to have conflict resolution among our group, whether it has to do with the youth, the women organization, even different organization structure in this community. That's how we're going to structure our conflict and resolution.
Okay, the last one to go.
One final question. Go ahead.
The incoming Vice President, what is your goal and how do you plan on coming up with committees to keep the community active in your plans?
Keeping the community active, they have to do a collective effort. It's not one person, because I can be active going for meeting by myself, 2 or 3 persons. But when we work collectively together as one organization in unity, that will be achieved.
Okay, so that's it. So we're going to give them the next 4 to 5 minutes where they will interact, be able to ask, one question, then we'll move on to the next group of people, the presidential candidate.
Okay, so during our expose here today, she might be as saying ULAND was a headache for me, and I want to reiterate that because other was not here today. She said why I left ULAND because I called ULAND headache. No, I did not call that. Say here because from my little experience in politics, when the president is leaving, they will always support their vice president to take over. based on the working relationship they had. So when President Say said that he was not going to be contesting this election, he reached out to several people asking them to become vice president of Christian Subsidy without asking his vice president. And in several meetings, on the other hand, the vice president had gone to the local community by evidence and said that she was running to become the president. So I'm surprised and shocked today. She said that she was not going to run as president because the presidency had not alone. But I want to assure you, when we win as the NSCA team, our responsibility will not be limited under his regime. If he leaves and goes somewhere, I will take over as the vice president. It will be my responsibility to discharge the duties that he will hand over to me. So my question is, if you are not able to run as a president, the vice president has a lot of responsibility too. How do you intend to handle this responsibility, especially working with the youth group, the women in the areas?
Let me make that clear. You were appointed by Ebenezer Say in his administration. I want to make it clear, and you should be open to the General Assembly that you were appointed. You were called upon to serve in the administration, which of course you told him that the Liberian community was a headache. You said it was a headache, you don't want to be involved in the Liberian community, which of course you did not helping the administration. But now you stay here to the Liberian people, trying to make them to understand you never said such thing. According to you, last year when we had our independence and D-words, you went with your crew. If you knew you wanted to be the vice president of this community, the first thing you should have had in mind, a character. You never exhibited a character. You went down at the tow truck and you misbehaved. You were asked upon to pay $20 to enter.
Okay. So we understand all of the concerns, right? So if we all talk right now, we'll not get our point across. So you see, the moderator, he has the effort to be able to control this and debate. So whatever he says, he will be able to get it going. So I beg to you, I understand how you understood it or how it relate to you. But there is an alleged and other things happening. But I think the moderator will be able to handle that. But if we come out here and we outlash right now, we'll not be able to get the message across. So I'm begging you, just calm down. And then we got people who are able to deal with this thing. We got rules and regulations. We don't want to reprimand anybody here and start throwing people outside. I don't think that's what it's intended. But if you guys give us the go ahead, we should have used those tools to be able to handle that. So begging you, please, that will give Mr. Akwe the chance to be able to carry this on. Thank you. And we don't need no opposer or suggestion.
Thank you.
All right? We don't need no opposer or suggestion. Again, I want to be clear on this. We're not going to take on this under the presidential debate. No. If this continues, before this debate ends, we'll start putting people outside, and we need it.
Let's be civil, man. Let's be civil. We can't be too harsh. Or our choice of words. We need to calm down. We can always use other dictions, to soften the tone. and let us not be too harsh, for the mesa.
Okay.
I wouldn't want to.
I'm not done.
Yeah,
I'm still on the floor.
Yeah, so I wouldn't want to say this again, and I hope it goes also to the presidential candidates. We have to be moderate. We have to be decorous here. Let's be civil. Yeah. Like I said earlier, this debate will be over, and we will be all in Bible here. We're just one. Yeah. Go ahead.
Yes, so I was saying, she was asked to pay a $20 entrance fee, which she never did. It caused chaos for our program that night. She mentioned that President Zay didn't choose me to be his next president, which of course I was thinking today and tell you guys it was a big black lie.
You get 55 seconds.
Ebenezer said my president reached out to me and told me that he wanted me to go as the next president, which of course I declined and gave me a reason why I cannot go as the president. So that when my president, incoming president, Chris Thompson, came in the picture. So I want to make it clear to the General Assembly that I was given the first preference to become the president for this community. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much. And yeah.
Okay, so let me address.
And that will be the final round.
Oh yeah, sure. I want to make it clear here. I heard her saying that I refuse to pay $20, just a $20 ticket. I want to mark that as a lie because I respect her character. The incident she's talking about, it was taken to the area in the board of directors, and they extended apologies to us, me and Precious, for the way they behaved to the game. So this is what happened. When we end up pressure paying to the unit account, I want everybody to pay attention here. They said we should pay to the unit account. So Precious was said, no, I'm going to pay for the vote for us with the cash app. You understand? They have all cash app numbers there that we didn't know. So we asked for the cash app. And they said the unit cash app because she already had it. So she paid $40 to us.
You get one?
For us, yeah. She paid $40 for us to enter. When we got there, the lady at the gate said we have not paid. Precious showed the phone to her and said, I have paid for the both of us. And Boyu was there. He the one came to calm down every situation that night. So they were making us to look that we are stealing from the organization and were defending our character. So she had the phone like this, and Say came down to acknowledge that we paid the money. So I want to make that clear that I've never invaded any entry to ULAND program here. Thank you.
Yeah, so one question. Yeah.
You want the Liberian people to vote for you as the next vice president for ULAND. You were given a piece of job. You had an organization called the Nema Daughters, which of course you never did keep it active. Because of poor leadership, the organization collapsed. But now you come into the Liberian people wanting us to give you our vote, to vote for you as the vice president for the Liberian community, why you cannot even keep a women organization. Why do you think we should vote for you?
So first of all, you are giving the people misleading information. My organization is not called Daughter Nua. We are called the Daughters of the Mountain. We reside in Liberia. The overseas organization, the overseer in this country, they are only there for fundraiser. Most of our job is done in Liberia with the women organization and children, even abuse or victim of sexual abuse. The records are there. In my childhood now, we are over 52 persons in the organization. For my own confidentiality, I'm not going to raise the name, but those are the people that I lead. So there's no one in time in this community. I work as a Daughter of the Mountain CEO. My work is in Liberia. Our phone is for America. I want to make that clear. And I come with so much commitment to this job. My experience in the NGO setting, project management, this is where I'm allowed to work as a vice president, under my president, so I will be able to help him lead the community forward. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And of course, let's give a hand for the president.
I want to take this time to appreciate our debate team and our presidential candidate and the General Assembly here tonight. All questions were relevant. We want to assure you that at the end of the day, unity is what matters in this community. I'm not moving anything against anybody at this point. I want the community to move forward. Give us the opportunity as you have listened to me and my mate on the platform today. You are left with the decision to make on June 6th. Thank you so much for affording me the opportunity to answer your debate question.
Madam Minister, you get 60 seconds.
Thank you.
60 seconds.
I want to take this time to say a big thank you to the moderator, the General Assembly, a well-wisher, those that are watching online. Thank you for the time being here. I want to use the time to tell the Liberian people for you to vote wisely. Do not vote because of personal interest. Vote for somebody that you think can be able to serve you, can be able to develop for the community. Vote wisely. Vote for somebody that will be there for you. Not fully wanting to have the title of being the vice president. And whenever you call upon them, they will be there to deliver for the community. Thank you.
So thank you so much. And before we move on to the next round, that's the presidential.
Thank you so much. So the purpose of this debate is ULAND'S presidential and general election debate exactly to provide candidates for a fair and equal ballot.
We got a problem. We have to solve the problem. ULAND is a registered organization and it's a member-based organization. If you are not a registered member, at Costco, you cannot go there to buy. If you are not a registered member of ULAND, you should not be here to ask questions.
I agree.
You should not be here to ask
So, ladies and gentlemen, we just came to a compromise. Everything is okay. Okay? We are right back on course, so everything is okay.
So first and foremost, I want to just recognize the two vice presidential candidates, Madam Norm and Madam Mesca. So all of these questionnaires, all of these pulling and holding we're doing, we gotta keep all of this energy out for June 6th. So what we're doing here right now is just showcasing what we intend to do for the next amount of years that we're going to serve in these capacities. But again, I want to say everybody concerned is meaningful, and that's the reason why we are here today. We're not here because we choose to just come here and just cause chaos or anything. So nobody has done that. I just want to just, lay that across. The reason why we are here today, because of these two reputable personalities within our community. And we're going to listen to them. The only ways that we can understand what they intend to do for the next amount of years that are going to lead us is for us to be able to pay keen attention. The vice presidential debate have a lot of lapses, but we're not going to have this over into this. That's one of the rectifications we have to make. So we ask you to please govern yourself, because this one is the most important part. I know a lot of times we say we got a little adage or we got a little things that went back and saying that the vice presidential candidate, they are all parked cars. But within this administration, we heard them saying that they will be more active and they'll be able to do even more than what we expected. But these two are the ones that we're going to put all of our energy in, because these are the arrowhead to what's going to be happening within our community, making sure that things become what we expect it to be. So we heard jingles from the vice presidential candidates, and we're going to be asking and giving you questions over to them, making sure that we got this going. So again, I want to take each and every one of you, please, no one look down on any one of you. We all know that things happen. But I know we're on a clean pitch right now, we're going to move forward. So to begin with, ULAND presidential and general election debate is established to provide candidates with a fair and equal platform to present their vision, policy, and leadership agenda. Promote transparency, accountability, and informed decision-making among ULAND members. The debate will follow a structured, time-managed format to ensure fairness and clarity. So each candidate will be given 3 minutes for an opening statement. No personal attacks. Again, I repeat, I will underline that. No personal attacks and targeted questions. Meaning, in our Liberian parlance, please don't attack the man or in the outside there or anything. It has nothing to do with ULAND. So the best place that you can carry all of your heavy weight is June 6th. All right? So we will be very rigid on that. If you ask a question, we'll interrupt your questions based on the way we want it to be, fair in governance with the rules and regulations. Question must be respectful, issue-based, directed to all candidates equally. Candidate response format. Each candidate will have 2 minutes to respond to each question. A minute rebuttal may be granted to the moderator's discretion when appropriated. Timekeeping will be strictly enforced. I know there was other question about time not being kept and all of that, but I want you guys to know that we are regulating our time based on what we got on our table. Closing statement. Each candidate will have 3 minutes. Closing statement will follow the reverse order of opening statement. Conduct and decorum. All participants must maintain professionalism and respect. Candidate conduct. Refrain from personal attacks, insults, inflammatory language. Address issue, policy, and organizational matters only. Respect time limits and moderate instructions. Audience conduct. Audience members must remain quiet during candidate response. Welcome to this debate, and I wish you guys the best.
Press up.
pray, and based on what I'm going to say, you'll be going to the polls on June 6th, and you'll be making that resound decision. Who becomes the next president? The Liberian community out here in North Dakota. Right now, the presidential debate, ULAND 2026, 3 minutes each to each of the contestants, beginning with Chris. Chris, you get 3 minutes. Tell
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen of ULAND. Thanks to the ECOM and the moderators for hosting this event. And I'm thankful to you all for coming out tonight. First of all, I must say thank you to God for giving me the opportunity to talk to you tonight. And for those of you who don't know me, I'm Christian Sampson. I've been honored to serve this community since I moved here in 2016. I'm happily married to my lovely wife, Phyllis Dennis Sampson, and we share 3 kids together. It is my honor to be here tonight. First of all, I serve the Liberian community going back to Williston, North Dakota. I'm a founding member of the Liberian Association of the Bakken. That's the equal group of ULAND in Williston. We formed an organization and put Liberians together and fought for Liberian needs while we were in the oil field. When I came to Fargo, I did not stop there. 2017, after the election of Sewara Kennedy, I was appointed as his inauguration committee chair. I offered an inauguration into Fargo Moore area that one of the biggest inauguration year ever. We had 2 sitting mayors in the hall, and we have supporters from Minnesota and all around the area. I know our community is faced with a lot of challenges, and as we can see in the room tonight, a lot of people are disgruntled, a lot of people have lost trust in leadership, and a lot of people are concerned about accountability and transparency. But I can assure you, this is what Team Sampson Magda is bringing to the table. Accountability and transparency will be key. Inclusiveness will be key. Our youth will be empowered. Our women will be empowered. I'm currently serving as the liaison of the Liberian community. I've bridged the gap between the community and police departments, school districts, child protective services, and you name it. When elected president, I intend to work and improve on these events, improve on all these gains we have made. So as you vote, and you listen to us tonight, vote wisely. Vote for us. We're going to serve this community. Even when it's difficult, we'll still be there. Thank you, and vote for us come June 6th. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. And again, I want to welcome everybody here. I actually prepared my opening conversation, and it's very important to my heart. So good evening, elders. My name is Alex Steer, a community leader. And I want to thank you all for being here tonight. Your presence proves how deeply you care about the future of our community. I stand before you tonight out of a desire for a title, but out of a profound duty to serve. My journey in this community began in 2014 when I moved to Fargo area a year after graduating from college in the state of Georgia. But my deepest introduction to this community didn't happen in the office. It happened at home. When I moved here, I was fortunate enough to be in the same apartment with a single mother, and that's my own sister, Agnes. As a single mother, I watched her strive every single day. And me coming from the heat of Georgia, the North Dakota weather was a shock to my system, and I must admit the severe cold completely resisted me. But I watched my sister brave the brutal weather, putting my nephew Jerry, who is now a Prague College graduate, on the school bus. Then she would get a taxi to take her 2 girls, Geraldine and Benito, to a babysitter by way of taxi. She never had a car. And I felt bad. I felt the pain for a single mother. I share this story because it was my very first experience witnessing what so many in our community, especially the single mothers, go through just to give their children a future. Over the years, I have also witnessed our struggling elders who face daunting barriers just trying to fill out application for the benefits that they rightfully deserve. I have seen our youth who are starving for guidance from leaders they can actually relate to. These challenges are real. They are right in front of us. And the right leadership is exactly what our people is yearning for. This is our motivation. This is what inspired me to seek the office of the presidency, to create a structure where we can connect those in need to the right resources fairly and without prejudice. My campaign is built on 3 unbreakable pillars: progress, accountability, and unity. When I talk about progress, I mean moving past the passive business as usual mindset. That has still our growth for years. We need concrete action, meaningful mentorship for our youth, vibrant cultural platforms, and real support structures for our families and single parents. Support for our small businesses and resources to help them grow. When I talk about accountability, I mean tearing down the walls of closed-door leadership. Trust is earned, not assumed. Under my presidency, working alongside our dedicated leadership team, we will open the book, establish a strict financial checks and balance, and make sure we open our community to everyone, irrespective of who you are. Thank you.
So thank you to both of the candidates there. At this point in time, we'll be moving on to moderators there to be shooting and spraying some questions, telling us exactly, what is it that they have in mind to run and move this community forward.
Honorable Alex here, what can we expect within the next 100 days within your presidency?
And that's a good question. First is that, like I stated in all of my campaign, this name ULAND has been damaged by this past leadership. And it's good that we are getting it out of the way. In my first 100, I'll make sure I regularize ULAND status, go above and beyond. What they are lacking is to provide the financial report that they are afraid to provide. Yes. We will squeeze them and provide that report and get things straightened, and then bring in unity and bring everybody on board. So my first 100 will be structuring ULAND and making sure that we get our status back.
So are you telling this body that there will be a place that will be able to get a guarantee that within the next 100 days, all of these that you mentioned will be implemented, correct?
Exactly.
To Mr. Sampson, the same question goes to you. What the 90 days will look like?
Well,
100 days, rather, I'm sorry.
This gentleman is saying he's going to achieve all these things in 100 days. He couldn't achieve one in 5 years. He stayed away from the community. He just came back to be rewarded the presidency. Well, let me continue. In my first 100 days.
Excuse me. Hello.
We have the next 1 minute, 35 seconds.
Yeah, so in my first 100 days, we'll continue to improve on the work we've been doing here night and day in this community. Community engagement, bridging the gap between the local government and ULAND, giving the police ideas and explaining our culture to them so they treat our people with respect and dignity when they encounter them. One thing we're going to do, especially we're going to have a website for ULAND. This 2026, ULAND going to have a website. In my first 100 days, we'll have a website that's up and functioning. We're going to have a 501c rebranded ULAND, transparent. We'll have a committee set up. We'll go about setting up that 501c and we'll keep the General Assembly involved. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. So
can I get a reporter? I think I want to mention something.
So we will give you 5 seconds of report.
So folks, I think you can see a lot of the disconnect here. Mr. Sampson is telling me why I didn't do it in 5 years if I was never around ULAND as a leader. So how am I supposed to jump over your responsibility and go and get a 503 or regular route status for ULAND when I was never a leader in the community? So we can see the disconnect in them already.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So my question is twofold. So my second question to you is going to start directly with you, Mr. Sampson. What inspired you to run to become a ULAND president?
Say that again.
What inspired you?
The community, the people we've helped, the gains we have made, the opportunities we have in this community. That's why I've inspired me to run for this. I've been around in different factors of this community. I've seen us as immigrant community that are being marginalized in certain areas. We have bridged that gap to a certain level, and we will continue to bridge that gap. We cannot put all the hard work and people come from outside who don't even know the function of ULAND and want to take leadership. And in my opinion, that's not how it works. So with the gains that the state administration made, we're going to keep working and improving it. I'm proud of everything they have done that have made this organization attractive, that Mr. Tier now can stand up and say you want to be part of it and become president. Thank you.
Yes, so Alex, is also to you, what may have inspired you to, what is that pushing factor?
Yeah, I already answered the question. So let's get this straight. Mr. Sampson is telling me that I'm new to ULAND when he met me already in ULAND. So I don't know where, there's a lot of disconnect, but I'll get to the question. In my introduction, I talked about things that I've witnessed, what single mothers go through, young people go through, and what our elder people go through. These are things since 2014 that I've been around, that the community try to do and they cannot do. So that has inspired me as a young man. When I moved here, I didn't have grade, now I have grade. But over the years, that has inspired me to make sure that I can come and fix what I need to fix. Like I said, I'm from the state of Georgia, and the Liberian community is very, very meticulous. They don't joke with it. The presence of Mr. P is here. They mentor us. So all of them are here. That's why we brought on board so that we can make sure and change things over here. That Dave, I feel, Chris has been in about a decade, and no success in everything that he have done. So that's why we are coming on board, because they cannot fix it, and we'll be the one fixing it for them.
How many members do we have currently in ULAND?
That's one of the issues that we plan to rectify come administration. We intend to have a membership drive and create a database for the Liberians present in the state of North Dakota. We're going to start with Fargo first and then reach out to the Leeward counties. Currently, we're in the thousands, but I can't exactly tell you how much, because that information is not available right now.
What makes you different from the other presidents that we had? What makes you different? What do you bring to the table? What makes you different?
Well, I'm bringing vision. I'm bringing our transparent leadership. I'm bringing inclusiveness to this community. We're going to diversify ULAND. Our accounting going to be digitalized. When we negotiate for grants, loans, it's going to be open to the general public. And we're not going to leave room for any gray areas. So people be asking how much we got here and how much we got there. I'm not going to bash the past administration has some challenges. I'm just going to improve on the good things that they left behind. Like right now, the administration of Benita City have brought us into prominence in the state. And we're going to keep moving towards that direction. We have been offered to have a representative in Bismarck when they bring deliberations in Congress, so we can have our voice heard. Those are some of the things we're going to improve on and bring other programs that will help our youth and single moms and elderly. Thank you.
Thank you, Chris.
And Alex, what makes you different from the other candidates? And what are you bringing?
What I'm bringing to the table is accountability. People will be held liable for misuse of human, clear cut. Secondly, I'm coming from the background of a project manager. I've someone who have had a lot of projects with success. I'm coming with that mindset, good leadership, and then coming with a lot of unity. So when he spoke, all of this vision that he's talking about, I really wish it was in existence for the decade he has served ULAND. But unfortunately, on campaign, that's why we hear all of the sweet talks, and after that, they go back to scratch one. So what I want to tell the community, you will get someone that you trust, someone that will be open to you, someone that will plan together with you, and someone that will execute the plan with you. There will be nothing hidden like they are doing. Thank you. And just to have a since you don't know the population, but according to the population, the total amount of librarians in the place are in North Dakota is about 3,334. That of 2025.
So if I said member of ULAND, like...
No, I just want to add it up.
Yeah.
What population?
You say you have something more, okay.
Mr. Taylor is articulating all these great ideas. But when he lost the election in 2018, he walked away from ULAND. He never recommended anything to the past administrations, to the current, no recommendation, no suggestion. He just turned it back and decided to return 2 months ago for the presidency. So, Brian Popo, you can be the judge.
And let me put you on the record, that's what. I worked with Harrison Smith for the transitional period. I served as one of his consultant up to a year. And they are left after they start bringing their hyenas. They are capturing the community back. So I just want to put you on the record. I did not leave.
Do we intend to manage taxpayer money? How do we intend to do that? Chris?
That's a bedrock of my administration, accountability and transparency. I'm going to form a full-man team that will be in charge of monitoring our finances and our fiscal responsibility. This full team is going to be independent. They're going to come from community leaders, going to head that team. They will have no allegiance to me. They're going to be independent, and they're going to be charged to oversee the finances of ULAND and monitor the treasurer, financial secretary, and all our transactions. That's how we're going to create transparency. And to further that, we're going to digitize the entire financial system of ULAND. Thank you.
Thank you, Chris. Yes, go ahead.
Okay, as someone from the financial background, you know, there's something we call radical financial transparency. So what that means is our open ledger. And what it is that we'll make sure that not just one person is approving financial transactions. And we'll make sure we are open something that they are having. As far as being electronic, you already get your electronic transaction going on because they get cash app and they get unknown bank account. But this time around, we will have our own bank account in ULAND, and we'll make sure that. That's why when I picked my financial secretary, I did it with conviction. I did not ask anyone. I interviewed my financial secretary, who is an expert, who worked with the IRS also, and that's why Abdullah will make a great financial secretary working along with me, who also understands finance. So we'll be open, quarterly report every time, and the community can trust me on that.
Yeah, thank you so much. And audience, in our midst, we have with us the Director Stephen Payne, and Payne happens to be the administrator of the Bureau of Probation and Parole, the Ministry of Justice of the Republic of Liberia. He was appointed by President Joseph John Boakai last year, that's 2025, and we just want to recognize him. The time will come when he will come on basic education. We have Liberia's ambassador to South Africa, and Ambassador George Patton. You are here, will you get stand and let's see in the hall, we have a Liberian who is vying for the position of what? Senate Mayor here, right out here in 5 o'clock, and Pastor S.T.
My
Alex, what program will you support or create for youth and family?
So, the youth are very important, and I work with them most of the time. Working with the youth is understanding their needs. You have to have conversation with them. What are things that are affecting them? And when you get in the community, some of the things that are affecting the youth, they need people to talk to. You know, they need some mentors. They need some bigger brother, you can say our Laverne way. They need bigger brother to talk to. They need guardians. Some of them need assistance with career path. So these are things that we'll be working with the youth. And some of the players, some of the soccer teams, another thing that we try to do also that I also have with my team is that we'll make sure we catalog all these soccer teams on the ULAND. In other words, you have the individual organization, but there will be catalog on the ULAND that we can find funding for them, because every summer we see that they buy their own shoes, their own jerseys, and all the things. We want to make sure and find funding for them under the recreational and sport grant, so that we can be able to help them. So these are things that we want to work with the youth on for ULAND.
Is it going to be only football or basketball?
Yeah, I talk about sport and recreation. Like, you mentioned something about basketball, kickball, track, all the other things. So based on the needs of them, you know, then we can work with them and see how we can find funding for them on as far as under the grant.
We're really engaged in youth development in this community. Been engaged for the last 3 years. What we did, we secured a gymnasium in Moorhead through the Good Shepherd Lutheran Church. And they've given out that gym for the last 3 years that our youth and our adults can go and play on the weekend. And we still have that gym presently. That was through our initiatives. We believe in keeping our kids busy. I've recommended to past administrations to have a soccer camp since our favorite pastimes in the community for our kids, especially in the summer when these single moms and parents have to go to work. So we'll be able to keep the kids and get them introduced to soccer and keep them off the streets. So we want to work on more programs. I'm teaming up with the police department of Moorhead and Fargo to be up, so our youth will be a part of the police league, and that is in the making. And we're going to bring other educational events that will keep our kids engaged and keep them out of trouble. Thank you.
Thank you, Chris.
Okay, sorry. I hear you guys keep talking about sports and this, and it sounds like you're just emphasizing on the boys. What do you guys have for the girls? What do you have for the little girls there? Because they're not playing soccer, I know that.
I think I did mention about that because there are a lot of different sports. In America, they do have some people that play soccer, but others do basketball and all of that, right? So it's not only about soccer that I'm talking about. I'm talking about all sports and other recreation activities. It can be, everything don't have to be sport, right? There are other recreation activities that we're also engaged into. And just another thing that I just want to play a quick notice that let's talk about, for the youth, we got a basketball court where that's for the old-timer basketball team. Let us stop misleading the people. Let us say the truth. That's the old-timer basketball team get their practice, but it's not for the youth. So please.
Well, Mr. Tess, it's not something you're going to know because you're not involved in the community, so you're not going to know why. We engage that gym for all ages, not just for the old timer. The young people are welcome to practice too. Thank you.
Thank you so much. More questions there?
Thank you. My first question has to do with, if you observe now in the American community, the gun violence that we experience every week, every month in this community. Any of you, in your ways, what would be the strategy you guys would put in place for some of our brothers and sisters who are more extreme or involved into these activities that can handle that to solve the problem? What kind of mechanism? Go ahead.
Chris. So I guess I'll go ahead. Since I'm the liaison for the community, I work with the police departments and other things that concern kids. The issue of the gun violence here last summer was isolated. This is not a continuous trend in our community. It was an isolated incident. When it occurred, we met with the parents. got the explanation of what was going on with the kids that shot each other. It's not something consistent in Fargo in our community. We even went to the police after they did the investigation to know their findings. Most of the kids that shot each other knew each other, had rift with each other. Now, where do we come in? We got a program in association with Fargo PD that's supposed to help keep our kids from the system. But that program needs the help of the parents. And we called a community meeting of parents that was rarely attended, poorly attended, because we're reaching out to the parents to let them know, look, your kids have an issue, you see your kids misbehaving, your kids involved with gang, reach out to us, we'll point you in the right direction for resources. Because by the time the kids get in the system, it's late. You can't do anything much. So it starts with the parents too. If we work together, we can eliminate a lot of these problems. Our kids go to jail, our kids in the legal system, and have better results out here. So we got all those things going on. We just need more help to get it move on a different level. Thank you.
It's good that the liaison did mention something about that, right? But how many times in the community have we seen this liaison work with the Fargo Police Department, having a one-on-one police conversation with the community? Every time it happens, they only go and take picture and come back. But I think the way to go forward is having conversation with the young people, and at the same time, and that's what my leadership will do, have a community policing where we can sometimes invite the police and come and say to other explain some of the common mistakes that we make on the rules and how troubles are made. So when we do that, it gives people the sense of understanding that when you do this, at least that the police talk, when you do this is what's going to happen to you. And that's why some of the things that they put the liaison in charge for. But he feel miserably on that. The only thing we know him to do is to go and take picture. This time around we'll have a liaison that will work with the police, and we'll have conferences that we'll have with people in our community. Thank you.
Individuals we have here as special guests, we have our own, one of our very own, Pastor Estes Ali, will be going for the position of Senate Mayor, and we need to support him. Also you have Director Stephen Hay, Administrator of the Bureau of Probation, the Bureau, Minister of Justice, and the pair have a PhD in criminal justice. Also in the hall tonight, we have a U.S. Ambassador to South Africa, Ambassador George S.W. Patton. Yeah, DJ. And we will also have a winner. But it is you who's going to make that decision on June 6th. Who becomes president out here for ULAND and who becomes vice president out here. Your report, 10 seconds.
So yeah, 10 seconds. Concerning Mr. Chair saying only go to take pictures. Well, one of our problems here, we don't attend meetings. Our community will not show up for meetings. And we are, the first thing after the gun violence, we call a meeting, an online meeting for the parents. We didn't get anybody online. We are scheduled town halls with the police, but we don't want to bring a town hall and 5 persons show up to the town hall, only the leaders show up. So I'm planning a membership drive where we invite the police to come and speak to our community. But while we're doing the back, we're speaking to cadets classes. If you dial me, July 20th, I will be speaking to the 5th cadet class in West Fargo Police, explaining our culture and how the police does. Thank you.
Thank you. How will you ensure that every organization within the community is a part of being represented? I mean, how yet we find
Thank you so much. And that was one of the things that I tried to assist the state leadership with. When Chris is saying that I was here around, that's not true. But it's just that we have a president who does not want to listen to anybody. But I informed me, I said, Mr. President, as somebody who is around all of the organizations, and you all know, not just serving as a master of ceremonies, but I'm into the organization, they have the passion for the community. Best way to have them is that they should be on your planning team. Have them on your planning team. Once you have them on your planning team, you move on smoothly. Something say, whether you continue with, I don't know. But that's something I want to make sure that every organization here in the North Dakota area, they are on my planning team so that we can plan together, make decisions together.
Okay, thank you so much, Chris.
So I guess my opponent here being looking at my platform, and it's very attractive to him because one of the bases of a platform is a stronger community through inclusiveness and togetherness. And that's why he just explained that point for me. But I will elaborate a little bit more. I'm going to include, I'm going to have a panel, as I said over and over. I've even spoken to some of the local leaders. Every one of them will be represented on that panel. We'll make decisions together, we'll win together, we'll lose together in this community going forward. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. We have heard all of the inclusivity, the togetherness, what you intend to do. Well, let's look at the community vision and the safety within our infrastructure. Today, ULAND does not have an office space. Today, ULAND doesn't have a place to call a home. But we've been in existence for a decade. But all of you sit, and nobody wants you to speak on this vision and community, but we all talk about what we intend to do. So the question goes to the both of you. What role in this community leadership would play in preventing domestic violence? That came from the community safety, so it's twofold, right? And the infrastructure, what are you putting in place? What habitat are you putting in place at this point? That when you get there, because when I ask you for your 100 days, no one mentioned that. So it has to do with your 100 days. What are you doing? That will be very exclusive for this current administration. Because the both of you are coming in as candidates that haven't served in a capacity. So again, you're not debating the equipment, but instead you are going in as someone to make the change, as you are proclaimed. So with the community vision and the community safety infrastructure, can you just be able to touch on all two of them? Just question in twofold. So you start with you, Chris.
Oh, thank you. Let me start with the domestic violence. That's where this mentoring come about. That's why they got this program in Fargo PD to help people with issues like this. But realistically, we hear about domestic violence after it has occurred, even in the police, and we react to it. If people come forward and speak to us, we refer them to our pastoral board. Let me just tell you something. The pastoral council in this community is a part of ULAND leadership. Our grievance committee chairman is Bishop Wilson, which is one of the biggest churches here. He's the grievance committee chairman. So when we're having the issue, domestic, people having family issue, we try to reach out to the pastors to intervene, confidentially, so we don't expose people's family issue. So we're still working on that. We're coming, we're going to set up a panel, male and female, that will be able to oversee these issues. But don't forget, if you're experiencing domestic violence in your home, in your relationship, you got to tell us to help you. We can't guess. And it's private. You can't interfere into your private life. So when you express anything like that, you got to let us know. Infrastructure-wise, 2017, I was serving as acting financial secretary, and we tried to acquire a building, the old Champion Temple building. ULAND did not have the money for that, and the former president put some money down with a hope that he would hold the building until ULAND was able to get a loan. That didn't happen, and he left office a year later, and the same 513 seat that we acquired was used by the Smith administration, and it damaged our ability to acquire a loan. But we'll still be working on it. As we resolve the ULAND 513 issue, we'll be able to look for a hall again and somewhere for our people to go home. Thank you.
Thank you. The same question to Alex.
Yeah, so domestic violence is something that even the great state of America struggle with. And part of what they are trying to do is that open awareness. Because people need awareness, not just calling police. Some people need awareness, some people need people to talk to. So, and then they need a confidentiality because people don't want to open up to other people because as soon as your business is spread out. So part of our leadership structure within the women wing, we want to make sure we have counselors in our area so that they can work with people that are going through that. Even men also can go through that. So we'll get people working in that area that are strictly ethical to handle these kind of cases and not just calling police for people because there are a lot of people going through. And then just to talk about, I think you talk about office, right?
Let's look at it from a holistic side of it, approach of it, right? So community hall for us.
Okay.
Other nationalities in the community have accomplished that. So what lacking and what your administration will be able to be to get out to open?
Yeah, thank you so much for that question. For me, I don't just want a community hall. I want a community center. There's a difference between a hall and a center because the center will have a lot of different things that we can do. We can get room for back to school program, the study class. We can get area for conflict resolution. We can get offices. We can get a whole lot of different things plus the hall. So my conversation, and then someone who have worked with my church, as a chief financial officer until we bought our building, I know the way. I know the way to get there. So under my leadership, there's one thing that I will keep fighting for until I leave my presidency will be that we can obtain our own community center.
Thank you so much. So if you came here as an undecided voter, partly still thinking where to put that ballot, tonight is the day. Yes, listening to these individuals, definitely be able to make informed decision. More questions there. Chris? And then Chris is Chris Sally. We get two Chris here anyway.
Thank you to both candidates. I was trying to have political candidates in Afghanistan with us. We are from Liberia. We are from the traditional background, mostly. To both of you guys, I have two questions in one to the city. What kind of mechanism you guys going to put in place to promote the Liberian culture? That we came from one. Two, what kind of challenges the public should face that you think that will take over to do better than the park administration? Before you take it.
All right, thank you so much. As far as the cultural part of it, ULAND should be running on July 26th, and then we will have program. I'm in consultation with a lot of other people to see how best. You know, they posted our idea when they had a cultural festival. It was actually from a Liberian. And then they told the presidency, and presidency sold it to somebody, Nigerian pick it up. They continue with it. But this time around, we have other programs we can do the cultural, we can do our Taste of Africa or Taste of Liberia. We can do and have a good place where we invite other people to come there. We have cultural performances. So these are things that we are thinking about, that we'll have conversation about, and all of that. And just to add up to that, as we speak, I'm the only person on my team is the only team that already have their campaign, have their office already. So imagine if I'm running my campaign and have an office. What more if I'm president of ULAND? We will have our own office. Our address will not be going to somebody's personal apartment. They will get an office space for us to be able to send our information over there for protection.
Yeah. Thank you.
Well, we will incorporate our culture into our schools. The schools our kids go to, they have a cultural program there that we don't really follow. I've been to a couple of them, but we're not well represented because most of the parents either we're not aware or not too involved. But that's one place to spread the culture in the schools our kids go to. And then our programs, the July 4th program, the Culture Festival downtown Fargo, and our Flag Day weekend. Those are days that we can sell our culture to other communities around here. So as I said, with a community of inclusiveness, we got a lot of people here with a lot of skills. People here know a lot of our culture. We got a diverse culture here. We're going to work together and have a Liberian culture day. We're going to exhibit our food. We're going to exhibit our tradition and all the kind of stuff to the population of Fargo so they know that we're here. Just a few. Did you mention office space? Yeah.
No. What if failures
Well, I'm not going to speak about failure of past governments, you know. I'm just going to say what I'm going to do different, and that's what I'm saying. We're going to incorporate these programs into our events so that we'll be able to sell our culture to the population. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you.
Can I get a quick report now? 10 seconds? Yeah. It's kind of challenging for him to actually explain about their failures. But their failure is everything that we are planning here today. Because they had 6 good years. And they couldn't maintain the 513, they couldn't maintain the state ratio. They wanted the easier thing to do. Now you're making another promise that we will. This time around, we'll retire people and bring a new form of leadership that is progressive, open, and accountable to the community.
Okay, so we want to open it up to you now. In the audience, coming to you. And we don't want it to be, that interaction. They decide how to go to the presentation. Yeah, so a brother behind you there.
I understand why you are lost completely. And the reason you are lost when it comes to ULAND because you come for elections. After election, you lost the elections, and you go your own separate way. I said this, and I have evidence to that. Others, you can choose to answer what I tell my minutes. Whether I'm 1 minute, you better choose to answer my question or statement of that.
Yeah.
All right. All right. So, under state administration, you were appointed to head the social department. We were appointed and I was Secretary General for Administration and I issued an appointment letter signed by the President. You refused to serve in that position and we fire you, we dismiss you. And I do have the 2 envelopes in my pocket, I've got that letter. And after this debate, I will shout out that letter to attest to your performance in the community. So, there's the 2 envelopes I've got with the appointment dismissal letter. So, it's clear. Mr. Tia, after you say, the floor, please. My question, Mr. Tia. My question, Mr. Tia. After June 6th, we have lost this election. Will you be able to accept, or will you be willing to accept a position under our administration? Praise administration.
All right. First of all, I think we need to be true to ourselves. And Mr. Wissam, I respect you so much for you to stand up here and lie in both face with everybody. I have never, ever, matter of fact, say that what you want to appoint myself because I'm a critic of what's said. So I don't want you to lie that you sent me a letter, my brother. Stop. I was never ever appointed anywhere here to say leadership. Even the Harrison Smith that I even support after leadership did not even appoint me. I was only consulting. So that information is false. Secondly, I'm always available to contribute towards my community. I may not take position or I may decide to take position, but I'm waiting at any time for any consultancy, for any conversation to help the community move forward. So please, retract your statement. You know, saying do it.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, thank you. For those of you guys who don't know it, I'm sorry, my boss. I I'm the Adolfo's president, the current president of the Unico chapter. I'm here to ask at least one or two questions on candidates.
Okay.
My first question is, although they were trying to explain, but not too clear to me, what will be the activities of the local organization to area government? I'm asking, I'm emphasizing on this because I'm the organization, the local based organization, the Liberian community organization. What will be a plan for the organization? Because all the past of the yes, what government, let me say this, in the past one, I found that sometimes the local community-based organization will not fully involved into the biggest organizations in ULAND. So what will be your plan for them? And the last question is, what is the startup right now for the organization, bank account? How much do you have them?
Thank you, congratulations on your new title, Mr. President. I will answer the last question first concerning ULAND'S bank account. The treasurer, ULAND''s treasurer is right. Yes, see that's somewhere. You will be able to tell you what's in the bank account. I don't have access to ULAND'S bank account. I do not see it. I do not transact in there. I don't know what's in there. Okay? So we'll come to the local group. If you were here earlier, I told you my government will be a government inclusiveness. It includes people like you as a leader of a big organization like UNICO. You will form part of that panel. Whatever panel that is organized to conduct certain areas of our community, everybody will be part of it. Because the only way we can build a strong ULAND is to get support from all the local organizations. So we'll be counting on you guys. We'll be open for that, and you're welcome to go with suggestions and criticism, anything that will move the community forward. Thank you.
You as one of the organization leaders, you know exactly that organizations were not falling into ULAND because they push everybody aside. Me, our LFC and my team, that's one thing we will make sure that every organization is heard. For me, I like criticism, so I never put it, you question me. For them, when you question them, they remove you from chat room. But we will make sure that we get every organization on our planning team to be able to plan for the community because we can't do it on our own. It's easy when you get farmers, I got to do the other one, executive we do the other one, another we do the one, so it make the community, it make it easier for us to spend. And that's what we want, and it bring a lot of people. So that's what we'll be working on. For them, they don't want it, they just politics time, so they're talking it. So we're working with a reporter? Yeah. Okay, 10 seconds.
10 seconds.
Yeah.
This how Mr. Chair was speaking 5 years ago. But you all are waiting for result. You are just think what are you going to see after June 6th. You probably not see it again until the next election, so be mindful.
Yeah, go ahead.
My first question to both candidates. All Liberians here in Fargo. I would just say the other, like basically, the landlord situation is crazy in Fargo. The community is not doing anything about it. I'm not blaming anybody, but we work, we pay our taxes and stuff. But yeah, and still, the apartment complex, they can come here and evict you for no reason. Sometimes your kids make noise. Sometimes the neighbor will come and lie, and they will go and take the side of that person because they are the same people. And the community, the Liberian community, they're not doing anything about it. We pay our taxes, we should be heard too, because we work hard. We single mom, we work hard. So somebody can just come evict you in the middle of winter, and you have nowhere to go. Both candidates, what are you not going to do about it? What are the plans that will put in place? That's a very good question. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. And it's not what we're going to do about it, it's what we're already doing about it. We met with the housing people. We met with the housing people. Mr. Salif was at that meeting, and we challenged them with the illegal eviction. Okay? There's a non-profit group that was doing a study on the illegal eviction. The problem we ran into, we didn't have volunteers to be part of the studies. Because, for example, you will go to this apartment building and will tell you, say they don't have an apartment. Or the white person will go there, they will give you the same apartment that you applied for. But, as I tell you, as people, we need to get together. We got numbers here. We need to come to meetings. We need to be part of ULAND, strengthen the organization. There's a lot of things we can do here. And once they see our numbers, they will yell, will be our voice, they will respect us. I just spoke to one of the incoming candidates for mayor, and I told her the same thing. We have Team Mahoney. We have other people. What's in it for our community? Because we got a lot of issues here, but we need people up there to push it into Congress. So we've been working on it over the years, and we continue to work for it. Even when I'm president now, I'll still be fighting for it. Well, guarantee it's on the table, and we're still pushing what we can push. We're trying to carry our voice to Bismarck. So it's an ongoing process. Let's come to the meetings, when we call meetings, not just for calling meetings, we got issues that we have to talk about, and we can share ideas and see how we move forward. Thank you.
Yeah, Alex. Yeah, so you asked a good question to the mayor to talk about what happened to our community, right? You know what happened? If you are maintaining our status and now recklessly make sure that our status has been revoked, people will listen to us. If you are maintaining the integrity of our organization, people will listen to us. If you have done a census or you have done a member mapping to make sure to know your number in the community, people will listen to you. People are not listening to you because you nothing. You damage everything. Even state registration at $25, you damage it. So our leadership, what we're going to be doing, we got things to fix, and that's why I love to fix things. We will regularize our status, that when we have a conversation with people, they can know that we do have a status. Let us start from there, and not start pushing it. As far as the landlord situation, that's why our team will be able to find programs that can help. There are some legislation that we cannot change until it is amended by the House. And it requires a lot of things. They don't just come about it. It requires the people passing bills on all of that. But what we can do as a team is find the resources that can help you, that can help you regularize your status. So that's what we'll be doing. And if you report, I will report.
My name is Harrison Quinta, president of D5 Old Town Schools Association. Having said that, to answer your question, I will have a question, but I have to respond to her. Sorry, I will say something to that. I will not answer a question, I will say something to that. There is nothing on the book when it comes to housing authority. There is no law on the book. I talked to Josh. There is no law on the book. What happened to you in your apartment? That's why they do not study. Chris Thompson was right. That's why they do not study. So to answer your question, there's nothing on the book. But having said that, I've been going to different states. And all of our community have place to identify as Liberian. They have place. I just came from Minnesota. Ablau, the whole Zing Avenue, our whole from our feet. Ablau adapted. What both you guys want to do for the Liberian people, not just election, because it's been overdue. We don't have nowhere to identify as Liberian. They come on 32nd, we'll go there, we may ask one other people won't keep out. So what you guys want to do so that the Liberian people can have place to identify as Liberian? Thank you. That's it.
That is a great question. It is a great question, Mr. President. I call him Mr. President because he's the president of Famusa. In the state of Georgia, the old town thing got their soccer ground they call Broad Jordan Park. They get you out, no police embarrass them. Because you know what? The people have a good status. In Minnesota, they do have their power because they have a good status. Unfortunate for us, we cannot maintain our status. This leadership that is outgoing could not. So what we're going to do, we're going to work with everybody on the boat. We're going to knock down. We're going to get to the city commission. But we want to make sure that we regularize this one status and make sure we reach out to the people so that we can get our own place for practices and other recreation activities. So that's what we're going to do.
Yeah, thank you. So
concerning us having a field, Mr. Harrison here is enjoying the fruit of our labor when it comes to what police used to do here on the field. Today, we police ourselves. And instead when I was president of Famosa, I worked with Christine Jacobson. She was in charge. And I told her if I established a security team within Famosa for that same reason, I had a 20-man security team, and I presented them to the police sergeant and said, I got 20 men here, and this is our tournament. We police the tournament ourselves. You don't need a constant patrol and intimidation. And since that day, they have never come back to our tournament to harass. We have taken it. Something we started doing long time. They tell the second fee when the coach has a soccer academy today. We got that established too. Even though we got alcohol in the park and everything that's not supposed to be there, but police don't come there and pass around there. I was just there with two police officers a couple of days ago, and trying to get them to understand what we do in the park. So we got that in place already. As far as adapting your field, the statues in Minnesota and North Dakota are different. In Minnesota, it's more liberal. You can go to City Hall, they can give you somewhere and say, okay, you can use this place and play. Fargo, everywhere in North Dakota, they got to pass through the Senate and the House. We've been to City Hall. We put that proposal to the mayor before, tons of time. And he said they have to go through the park board. He never had no control over that. And we've still been trying, but no luck in that yet. But we keep pushing. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much. So at this time, we are going to give to our special guest, beginning with the ambassador. Ambassador? The very top. It's time for the very top and we'll come down. That man represents Liberia. Just George S.W. Pocket, you are welcome to this restaurant. Welcome.
Thank you. Well, maybe most of you don't know that I'm a member of this community. I live here. I'm a member of Famosa, I'm a member of the Crew Association. I'm a member of this community and I'm happy to be here. But let me say something quickly. Alex and Chris are two great men, two great Liberians. They are two great men, two great Liberians who love you and love their community. All that they are doing here right now is to tell you that either one of them that you elect will do better. This is the essence of democracy. That's what it's all about. Most of all, in this exercise, Liberians, don't forget, you must remain united, because if you're not united, you have the police coming behind you every day. Nobody will speak for you. Support them. They are responsible people who run their own families and their homes. All they are asking you to do is to choose one of them. It is your choice that you must make. The best of them. As far as I'm concerned, they're all good people. Whoever wins, the community will be in good hands. I appeal to you to listen well and listen to them. Protect yourself. Be good members of this community. Out there is tough. Most of you came here from different places. You found new homes here. Protect the homes you have. Protect your environment. Stay together as a unit. And most of all, be true ambassadors of Liberia. Being true ambassadors of Liberia requires you to do the right thing.
It requires you to sit in this hall and listen and not fight and bicker. It requires you to come here and exercise your vote for the person you believe who's going to lead you in the proper direction. Being the ambassador of Liberia requires you to be loyal. In this election, it's either Alex or Chris. Nobody gets hurt. I know during elections, tempers flare during elections. People go out, usually when they started here, and then when I came, I saw some people over there arguing, but friends, good friends too were arguing during elections. It doesn't change anything. Don't harm each other. You can argue, you can make your point, or make sure there's no violence. We're happy to be here. Alex and Chris, it's good to see the two of you. I know any of you who gets elected will do well for this community. And we just encourage you to continue to do your best to convince them, not fight them, convince them to see who comes on their side. Thank you, Chairman, for the opportunity to be here.
Director and Stephen Bay. Yes, it's all yours.
Good evening and good afternoon to my fellow Liberians. Standing before you, I'm Dr. Stephen Dankwi Pay. I'm the longest serving parliamentarian in the history of mankind in the state of Georgia. The longest parliamentarian in the history of mankind, United Nations Citizens Council in the Americas. I'm the first author of the book, Reorganization of Liberian Criminal Justice System and the Prosecution of Sexual Crimes Against Women, a qualitative distributed studies. In our life, it's a challenging thing that we are on today. They're two beautiful academians, our great heroes. They are here to serve. Sometimes when I speak among other Liberians, they see that I've been very braggadocious. Precise to the point. When I applied for the position that I was appointed by the President of the Republic of Liberia, October of 2025, we had a lot of other candidates. But based on my discipline, and I can always tell people, my late father told me, it's not why you wear the full respect, it's why you know. My daughter lives here, she's a historian, she's an organizer, and she's an entrepreneur. Tati Kope is here. When we organize ourselves like Liberia, we'll do better for Liberia. Electing, and we'll be electing a great man that will be able to serve us at a crucial time, a momentous time. The challenges are facing us. Only because we hail from different continents of the world. But we need to give each other a credit. If you criticize without solution, you are wasting your time. When you criticize someone, teach him, tell him what he is doing wrong that needs to be corrected. So as we are going to choose our leader, we want you to have a clear, determined mind. Regardless of what he went wrong, or tell him and work with him. That's all leadership is about. So to be brief, Liberia is all we have. I came on a medical leave. My travel has to be approved by the President of the Republic of Liberia through the Minister of Justice. And I was able to attend the United Nations Citizens Council general election. Liberia need to do the same thing to work with one another to mobilize this organization. This is going to be one of the best organizations within the Liberian community. I thank you all.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
So one of our women who will be contesting the post of mayor here will now be coming to the rostrum for the next 2 minutes. Salut.
Thank you, thank you. Thank you, Mr. Ambassador, thank you, Doc. To our candidates, we say thank you, and the panel, thank you. You know, we have a good opportunity ahead of us here. 2022, we had an election. And ULAND muscle all the energy behind a candidate that promised ULAND heaven on earth. And Liberians, and I will say it on camera, Mayor Mahoney will have lost that election. It were you people that made him to win re-election. After being in that office since 2014, 2022, he only won with 9,000 votes in this city. That tells you he was unpopular. And I'm looking at the missed opportunity here tonight. Because some of the questions that were asked, I'm sitting right here. None of these candidates mentioned my name. I heard the name of other people that I'm running against. That, oh, they talk to them, they talk to them, they talk to them. Well, you should be saying, that's why I'm working with this other candidate so we can get some of these things done. And that is why we keep losing. Because I don't know why we always say white is always better. So if you have the white candidate running and your own fellow Liberian running, you prefer to side with white people because you think they will give it to you. They might give you some cash here and there, but they're going to take 4 years from you. And they are going to institute policies against you. Policies that affect your children's school. Policies that affect police relationship with you. Policies that affect you and your tenants and your landlords. Policies that affect you on your job. We have the numbers. I expected one of these candidates to say, to that question, that's why I'm working with so and this person. So that we make sure we get our own a city hall so that we can change some of these things. I did not hear any of it. Instead, they are calling the names of white people. The same people that promised you in 2022 and there's nothing for you. You gotta believe in yourself. So I want you to get out to go and vote. Election already started, voting started since May 2nd. Go to Cass County Courthouse, Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Go and vote, take somebody with you. That's right. When we take over City Hall, some of your cries, some of your questions will be answered. Because as I keep telling people, you don't need people to do for you what you can do for yourself. You can't be chasing people to give you peanuts when you can own the peanut farm. So you have a good opportunity ahead of you. And said, let us work with our own. So that when we get to City Hall, we position ourselves. The mayor of the city has tremendous power. Power to appoint people in places. And we can position ourselves. Power to influence some of the changes that we need to see in the city. That's why we need to do something. But this is my advice to you, man. I believe in the energy of this campaign. The two candidates are two formidable candidates. This is my plea. After this election, whoever wins, please bring our community together. We are not a divided people. We are a united people. And the unity is strength. Whoever wins, please create an inclusive government. And stretch forth your hands to the other party and bring everybody on board. We want to build a united community. We want to build a unified community. And the same energy we are putting behind the ULAND election after June 6th, turn that energy to the city election. Because that is where what affects you in this town, that's where it lies. Let's come together strong. Let's come together united. Let's come together as one people. After the election, let's shake hands. Let's know you are all still Liberians. There's nothing that will divide us. Liberian community is powerful. Liberian interest in this city. Let's move it forward. My final plea, please bring ULAND to ULA. ULA is the umbrella association of all Liberians in the Americas. ULAND has been disconnected. I pleaded with SAY. I sent SAY number to the Secretary General of ULA. I begged SAY, please bring ULAND under ULA so that we strengthen what we are doing here in North Dakota, and that has not worked. And I pray one of you, when you are elected, you can do it. Congratulations in advance to whoever wins. We pray for you and wishing you all the best. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, visiting guests, for all of those inspiring contribution towards our community. But again, quickly, if you look up the flyer, so we crunch against time. So we are crunched against time. We want to say to you that unfortunately we're not going to be taking any questionnaires again. So we're going to proceed with the moderator so we can be able to get out of here in time. So it's not about, I understand that we got all of these questions that we have. So I think there's so many questions that have been posed to them. What I would ask that we please do. Unfortunately, we can't take any other question right now because we're crunched against time. So we just got to be able to go over to our presidential candidates and we'll be able to give us their pardon, and then we'll be able to get out of here early. And want to say thanks to everyone.
We want down the curtains right now. We move on to candidate Nellis, who will be giving us his parting comment, and in the next 2 to 3 minutes. Then, please.
I want to be grateful to my entire team that we are on the same ticket together, to my VP, Secretary, Financial, and Treasurer, to my campaign team, and to the Liberian community. Yeah. This election is an election that we should be preaching for change. We have been in this mess for long. We have seen how crippled the community has been since 2014 that I know of. There have been no significant impact. And the Congress sitting right by me here has been part of everything that has not made progress in the community. This Congress have violated even the same constitution. This Congress was required to be audited after he served as financial secretary in the civil administration. They refused. I was on the auditing committee. Napoleon Clark was on it. After that, they refused because of some of the financial clandestine. Now they are returning. This candidate again, in Formosa, was questioned to be audited for financial malpractices. Again.
No, my brother, you can't continue to do this.
speak the truth today. Nobody will go unpunished and lie to the community. This same comrade, closer to elections, violated the same constitution and filed election commission the day before election. This same candidate did not stop there after being audited by Famosa for financial malpractices. He dragged the organization down. Up to today, the organization looking for their 501c3 that he got in their name. This same candidate name has always been on every clandestine thing since he joined ULAND. People of Fargo and North Dakota, don't be carried away by their sweet talks. They're coming back again. Let's change them. Let's replace them. Let's replace them and show them good leadership. Let's replace them and tell them that it can work. When they fail to do, there are other people in the community that can do it. They see a candidate sat in this community, violated other people's rights, privacy. So what we want to do, 15 seconds. We ask you people, this election is about whether we want to remain stagnant with their old order of corruption, or we want to make a change for a radical progress. And if you're thinking about progress, vote the LSTA and no team. Thank you very much for today. Thank you so much.
Yeah, DJ, thank you. Yeah, go ahead, please.
Thank you. So, Mr. Chair decided to come and attack my character. And I told him over and over, if you can bring any documentation and prove corruption against me, I'll drop out of the race. Mr. Chair, I was president of Famosa, and he was crying the same cry. Money, 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 I gave him the bank account audit. He came back empty. He's sitting here today and say I'm financial malpractice. But I will not dwell on that. I want to say thank you to ULAND for coming out tonight. Thanks to the organizer, moderators, Mr. Election Commission Chair, and everybody that was visiting guests. Thank you for coming out tonight. This election is bigger than any one of us. This election is for the community. And that's what we are about. Team Mesga Sampson is here to improve on the work that we have started to move the community higher. I want to recognize my dynamic financial secretary, Mr. Francis Quade, my treasurer, Madam Mami Cranto, my SD, Mr. Moses Bina. I want to say thank you for your support. Together, we'll take ULAND to higher heights. To the community, it's election time. Don't forget, after election, LATI disappears. Be mindful of that. I've been here. I never sought elected position in this community. I've been a supporter. The only reason I'm in the race today is because if my brother Ted cannot handle where we are. As I told you before, if I knew you could do it, I wouldn't be in the race, I'll be supporting you. But we want progress, we don't want to retrogress. That's where we are. And we're going to transform ULAND with your help, with inclusiveness, with transparency. We're going to make this community better. So, in this humble manner, I'm appealing to you to give us your vote come June 6th, and let's move ULAND together. Thank you. Thank you to my wonderful wife for all the support, and God bless you all.
So before we leave, there are a lot of people who really want behind the scenes. And we want to give it out to our cream of commissioners, beginning with George Henry, Mark McCarty, okay, Augustine Gomez, Jay Clapper, Minnie Freeman, Albert Toro, Nani, Dave Denwa, Festus Benson. We said great job, congratulations, thank you for all that you continue to do. Let's work together. We are one people. These elections, of course, will be over on the 6th. You heard it all. Go to the polls on the 6th and make that decision. And we'll move this community forward. Thank you.
Power now. Can I show accounts as to why Liberian community unit does not have an account? Where the money is? She said the money is not in a personal account. So tell me, where is the money? Why the community don't have an account? Why have we don't know. So with that, we want to exchange.
Hello, my name is Teti Pei. I'm the CEO of Emerald Cares. I think the debate went extremely well. We got to hear both sides from the candidate, and it's left to us in the Liberian community to use the power in our vote to vote the best one. Thank you.
My name is Christopher Tobasi. I live in Fargo, North Dakota. Hands down, I think Honorable Alistair won the debate because of the present administration. They don't have any record to run on. You know, they got nothing to show to the community. I mean, for the last 5 years, we don't have community office, we don't have a community center, we don't even have youth programs, nothing. So these guys did absolutely nothing. 501c3 revoked. Everything they did was no accountability. The administration don't have a bank account. We don't have no financial report for over the last 5 years. They are taking $200 annually from every Liberian community-based organization, annually $200 for a calendar fee. I think it's too much. I think they need to call it down to at least $20. But $200 from every Liberian community-based organization is wrong. It is unacceptable, and I think the administration needs to give us a financial report. You know, for the last 5 years, all the money they have been taking in, they gotta let the community know how much in the bank account. And I want to say thank you guys for the opportunity, and thank you for coming to cover this event today. I appreciate it, and I want to say thank you to Alistair and Chris Sampson, but hands down, Alistair won the debate because Chris kept defending a record that was not there. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Uncle Joe, and I think Alistair won the debate, but both candidates, they are capable of running, you know, every one of them able to run, ULAND, but the past government of ULAND, the lack of transparency, and that is the reason LATS stepped in. And LATS won the debate. But I appreciate everyone who wrote to Canada. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Thank you. My name is Brian Gomez, and I am neutral for now and still undecided because I've not had in detail information about both candidates. But just listening to the two of them today, I think both parties have great ideas that they want to present, and they seem to be real positive people. But today just kind of set the pace for me to have more material to be able to deal with and be able to think and decide on who to be able to vote for. Yeah.
It's Freeman. I live in Mohair. Well, the debate, it was nice because it brought about exchanges to know the various thoughts of the candidates, and I think it was much more precisely. Though I have my candidate in the race, but definitely I can assure you that the LS team will win.
My name is Priscilla Erich. I enjoyed the debate. It was organized, even though we have no lapses and what have you, but at least we're able to go through it. And I'm so excited for this. It's going to be my first time to cast my vote in Fargo, North Dakota. I'm all into this election. Hey!
Thank you.
This is Lawrence Manigan. I'm from the LSTS side, but actually the debate went so well. I enjoyed the debate.
So we have a lot of LSTS people talking.
The debate went so well. Jim Blah, one of the campaigners for Team Alex. I was very excited to see Liberians coming out to listen to people who want to take over their country.
Maybe Fargo North Dakota come up and vote. Let's elect our president, and let's make the community a better one for everyone of us. Thank you.
And one of the supporters of Chris Sampson. We came here to bring Boston ourselves for this community. And the reason that proportion came about because we need to ask a question today. And if you look at the election commission guidelines, what he said, the election commission guidelines, we all support each thing has been 6 states to ask a question. But it's happening already. And I want to say congratulations to those that came out and showed face to the whole debate. We appreciate it. Thank you.
My name is Promise Baba. I just want to say the process was great. Thanks to the organizer, thanks to the moderator and everybody for taking your time to come and listen to your candidate. And everything was good. I just want to say thank you.
Firstly, I want to extend my thanks and appreciation to the election commissioner. You guys did an extremely great job. Experience that we have not had for a long time. I want to say thank you. And to the Liberian people out there, the Liberian community under the administration of Ebenezer Say is going to ensure that this election is free and fair. And accountability is something that we continue to put forth. And I want to encourage all of you to pay your due, your registration, because if you're coming out there on June 6th, we're going to implement the Constitution to the 40th. Speaking to you is C. Emmanuel Bay, current treasurer of the Liberian community. Thank you.
My name is Kunya Sali, President Executive Berlin of Fargo. Thank you for all the today. And we hope for a peaceful
After her.
And vote for the right candidate. Vote matters. Every vote counts. So choose wisely and vote wisely. We just want for the betterment of our community. We want the right candidate to win. So we pray. We wish you all the best.
What's your name again?
My name is Queen Rosanna Thompson. Mrs. Thompson.
Queen from which other county?
Oh, I'm the GGAA National Queen, and I reside here in Fargo, North Dakota. Have a good day.
My name is Steve Wisher. I happen to be the campaign chairman for the Chris team. And you know, as everybody who have made, including myself, the debate was very interesting, and I ended up doing my candidate came out with high marks. Chris won the debate, was 90% today. Great performance. My vice presidential candidate did great. Alex was getting the plus and thing for the fact that he came up, have the courage to participate in in the elections and in the debate. It's a plus because we don't want people sitting in the back. We need people to come up. We need people to do something. Don't sit in the back with your talent. Come up, do something for the community that you'll be able to contribute what you can contribute and get the Liberian community moving on. So, hats off to Christine, and then we'll see you guys on June 6th. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much for inviting me to the cameras. My name is Francis Spider, and matter of fact, I am on Team Chris Sampson as a financial secretary position. I'll be vying for the financial secretary position. The debate was very engaging. I think it was productive. I think the candidates had constructive engagements, and I'm just here to encourage our community, the Liberian community. Whoever wins these elections, we are inviting all hands on deck, all period, to come in and contribute. Thank you very much, and I'll see you on June 6th.
Albert F. Carroll, Secretary General of the Election Commission. Yeah, well, I am thanking all the members of the Liberian community that joined us today to the request of the commission. As a member of the commission, thanks each and every one that took part in our debate today. We just assuring the Liberian community that the commission is neutral and operating fairly. This election will be one of the greatest and fair elections ever in the Liberian community, chaired by this particular election commissioners. And I thank all the members of the election commission and the chairman in particular. I hope that we should go on peacefully to have our election on June 6th. I'm asking all the Liberian community to perform their vote peacefully, void from violence. Thank you very much.
Michael, our lady Fargo North Dakota, come up and vote. Let's elect our president, and let's make the community a better one for everyone.
My name is Promise Baba. I just want to say the process was great. Thanks to the organizer, thanks to the moderator and everybody for taking your time to come and listen to your candidate. And everything was good. I just want to say thank you.
Firstly, I want to extend my thanks and appreciation extremely great job. Experience that we have not had for a long time. I want to say thank you. And to the Liberian people out there, the Liberian community under the administration of Ebenezer Say is going to ensure that this election is free and fair. And accountability is something that we continue to go forth. And I want to encourage all of you to pay your due, your registration, because if you're coming out there on June 6th, we're going to implement the Constitution to the 40th. Speaking to you is C. Emmanuel Bay, current treasurer of the Liberian community. Thank you.
My name is Kunya Sali, President Executive Women of Fargo. I want to say thank you to all the moderators today. And we hope for a peaceful
After her.
And vote for the right candidate or vote so choose wisely and vote wisely. We just want for the betterment of our community. We want the right candidate to win. So we pray, we wish you all the best.
What's your name again?
My name is Queen Rosanna Thompson, Mrs. Thompson.
Queen from which other county?
Oh, I'm the GGA National Queen, and I reside here in Fargo, North Dakota.
You said I was to be the campaign chairman for the Chris team, and you know, as everybody who had made, including myself, the debate was very interesting, and I ended up doing my candidate came out with high marks. Chris won the debate, was 90% today. Great performance. My vice presidential candidate did great. Alex was getting the plus and thing for the fact that he came up, have the courage to participate in in the elections and in the debate. It's a plus because we don't want people sitting in the back. We need people to come up. We need people to do something. Don't sit in the back with your talent. Come up, do something for the community that you'll be able to, contribute what you can contribute and get a Liberian community moving on. So, hats off to Christine, and then we'll see you guys on June 6th.
This is Napoleon Clark. I am a senior advisor to the current leadership, and I am also the current campaign manager to Team Edistia. I am so excited today about the debate. I know the undecided in our midst have already made up their mind just from the debate today. I thought the vice presidential candidate with Alice did extremely well. I think she won the debate. If you were to ask my opinion, I would think that it's about 70 to 30%. She did extremely well. She answered all the questions. And again, Alice here was the winner. He was the MVP of the debate tonight. So I urge all Liberians in the North Dakota, Fargo area, especially Fargo Mohair area, then all over North Dakota, to come out and vote for Alice here for progress in our community come June 6th. And we will be reaching out to people after the debate. It will be very easy to convince people who were undecided. Thank you again for coming out today to support the team. And again, I also want to say thank you to Mr. Christian Sampson, even though he will not win, but we know he loves our community. Thank you.
Eddie King. Shalom. Yeah, come on, man. Yeah, we barra man. I'm not getting my coconut butter on the other hand. And the market woman there, I hope you're getting me in.
Spinning these ones and twos.
I can't get up from the getting less. You better pull this to me, bring it out. Then we start on any time. The old man they were happy because I was with me time. They thought it would be easy and everything would be fine. Because she pulled up me, she was tell her where they gone. But before they could lose, she finished treating in the clan. Bleeding hospital in South Africa, they were not fine. Quarrel rabbit on GFK, Eddie Stiggin can't on time. Listening free people to foreigners and just been in a pump. Yeah. Then we can't do we are time. They told her they were taking quarrel from Arico down. But before we could buy us only finish call it loud. A lot of haters were around, I used to make it in the clan. Yeah. But in this one in our son, but any power over there to give up peace of mind. Yeah. Then we talk about present time. The people never happy cause rescue person I come. We were used to for the year experience we will eat on time. But police men say they see nothing, they play the railroad time. Once someone man just enter the grip, I wanna come. Then reach me to go read, they say DNA need to come. They control you but come on man. Come on man, let we barra man. I'm not getting my coconut butter on the other hand. And the market over there, I hope you're getting me in. We better play with our hands. I tell you, say that woman on the land. I can't you hear that from the get it land. Yeah, the police someone bring together, man. Who better play with our hand? Then I tell you, say that woman on the land. I want person will wake up, say that nigga Mary land. Nana pay say that subject of trouble will come on, man. But we all the resources like in the land, we looking for. Our what the bosses second follow him, like cool. But all the things that going on, the people gotta know. I can't be time we can't be promising you go. As soon you win your 10 year power, we go to you say we no book. The able thing is just there at the end, the cause. So they come on, man, and to just taking it, cause they said it no. When they get them, they get hardly like all the story want to. But we pray to God, I want the other secret with like both. They tell they come on, man, to ready stock and getting back. How no more no go soon, when they get an insurance pack. Soon they man, they ready start, they tell them, Moto Baraka. They want to hear, but come on, man. Come on, man. We barra man. I'm not getting my coconut body on the other hand. And the market woman, they I hope you're getting me in. Who better play with our hand? Then I tell you, say that woman on the land. I can't you hear that from the get it land. Yeah, the police soon bring together, man.